Good afternoon and welcome to PlayOnSports.com as we are getting ready for Game 2 of 3 here at Shasta College, the Division VI Baseball Northern Section Championship games between Greenville and American Christian Academy. I'm Andrew Jensen alongside Thomas Conroy. We saw an exciting first game and now getting set for game number 2 for Division VI. It should be exciting.
Yeah, it really should be. Two squads, once again, 1-2 in the seedings. So, not surprised that either one of these two squads are here. And once again, as we saw in the first game, it's going to come down to pitching and defense. And hopefully, when you get base runners on, you got to get that timely hit. And so it should be another exciting affair.
Greenville, the lower seed, the number 2 seed, so they will be the designated road team. They're in their black uniforms with the orange trim. Meanwhile, American Christian will be in their blue uniforms with the white trim. They are the designated home team, so they will be on the field playing defense first.
I definitely like the Greenville pants, the pinstripes.
Of course you do. Thomas, diehard Yankee fan.
One again. Just check the scoreboard in between games.
They better win with $250 million payroll.
Oh, but 115 on the DL.
Still.
Another story for another day.
Yeah, so American Christian and Greenville getting ready to go at it. Division 4 was the matchup before this with Hamilton winning in a great game in extra innings over Fall River. And, again, that one going 8 innings, almost Major League Baseball length. It was close to a 3-hour game. This one here, we'll see if it shapes up to be as dramatic as that first one.
Here are the starting lineups for the Greenville Indians. Record 15-9 on the year, managed by Mike Chilati. Leading off and catching is number 10, Enzo Riggs. Batting in the 2-hole, the second baseman, James Martinez, number 3. The pitcher, Donnie Hansen, number 24, will be batting in the 3 spot. Cleanup, number 7, Sam Johnson, the third baseman. Number 5, the shortstop, Andy Fairbanks. Batting in the 6th spot, number 8, Tyler Meekum, the first baseman. In the 7th hole, it would be number 21, Logan Carmichael, the left fielder. Number 16, Tony Rogers, the center fielder. He'll be batting 8th. And batting 9th, number 23, Ray Talavera, the right fielder. Quickly to give you the defense for the American Christian Eagles. Over at first is Sawyer Seth. Second baseman, Julie Bradley. Malachi May at short. Zane Peterson at third. The outfield left to right, Joshua Tazaro. Coleman Petit. Seth Wright in the right field. And catching Dean Yingus. And on the mound, Jackson Tuxhorn.
Jackson Tuxhorn, the son of the head coach. And we are just about underway here. Enzo Riggs will lead off. And first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. We're underway, Division VI championship game.
And happy to note the shadows have completely come past the bleachers.
Tuxhorn's second pitch is taken way inside. Did that hit him? Yep, they're saying that that grazed him. So Riggs didn't even realize it, but he was hit, and he'll head to first base.
Must be one of those just grazing the jersey there. They'll take it, base runner.
Now James Martinez will step to the plate, the second baseman, with the runner on. The old HBP. Hit by pitch. We saw a few of those in our first game today.
Yeah, more than you normally see. I think there was like 5 in the game combined.
Nerves are playing a lot in this one. Tuxhorn pitch. The bunt by Martinez is executed beautifully. The out is completed at first, and Riggs will head on over to second base.
Yeah, 1-3 on the force out.
And Donnie Housen now will step to the plate.
Excuse me, the sacrifice by Martinez. Clearly gave himself up to bunt the ball. Nice play there by Sawyer Seth as the first baseman charged towards second to make sure the runner, he might have just kind of strayed too far from the bag over there at second, but he went back Riggs.
Housen,
good lead at second, excuse me.
Now Riggs at second, Housen at the plate. 1 out, top half of the first. First pitch is missed for ball 1, 1-0. Housen at the plate. He is the starting pitcher today for Greenville, going against his counterpart. Tuxhorn on the mound shows pickoff to second, and Enzo Riggs will make his way back to the bag.
Hasn't got to be a pretty decent hitter to bat in the 3 spot.
Housen takes that one upstairs, ball 2. 2-0. Greenville making their way down. They're on the northeastern part of the state of California, right on the border of Arizona, Plumas County. And American Christian making the way up from Anderson, not too far from here. There's a shot by Housen to the right field, and he is on board. They're waving Riggs home. The play at the plate is there's not going to be one, and Riggs will score the game's first run, and Donnie Housen with an RBI single to right.
Yeah, went with the pitch out in the right field, just over the head of the second baseman, Bradley, for the base hit. Riggs came around strongly. He was no doubt about that. He was going to score from second. And a nice play by the first baseman, Seth, as he cut the throw off to the plate to keep Housen at first base. But we have our first run of the game.
And Sam Johnson will step to the plate, swings through pitch number 1. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Smart play on the other end by American Christian as well, not trying that play at the plate, which would allow Housen to take second base.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, Seth cut the ball off nicely from the right fielder and kept that runner at bay to keep them in line, obviously, for the double play.
And Johnson takes that one up high for a ball. So Housen at first base, 1 out, 1-0 to score. Greenville on the board early in this one. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Kind of went out reaching for that one. 1-2 the count to Sam Johnson, the third baseman for this Greenville squad. The Indians. 1-2 pitch is down low. Evens up the count at 2-2.
A little inconsistency here by Tuxhorn. He's either been up high or way down low. Trying to get that. It's one of the things you never take in consideration in the first inning. The pitcher has to get used to the mound itself.
Tuxhorn with a strong throw to first. And Housen able to get back.
You figure you warm up on a bullpen mound, and then you only get 8 tosses before the start of the game once you get on the hill and gain competition. So it takes a little bit to get used to.
Pitch is upstairs. So the count is full here for Sam Johnson. 1 out, runner at first, 1-0 Greenville on the board early on the RBI single from Donnie Housen. And Johnson swings right through that one. A play at first, and Housen able to get back on time as Johnson goes down swinging.
And it looked like a defensive swing right there by Johnson.
All right, I'm going to give you a quiz here, Thomas. Pitcher for Greenville, or excuse me, American Christian, Jackson Tuxhorn. What major league pitcher does he resemble? Just his throw and his demeanor and his look. Ball in the dirt.
Clay Buckles.
No, I'll give you, they're a local, somewhat local.
Oh. Let's see.
Do you want me to play the Jeopardy music?
No, wait.
Tim Lincecum.
Ah, Lincecum. Well,
Yeah.
not the new Lincecum.
He has that look, and just the way he throws it, and he has that look.
Lincecum cut his hair a bit.
Well, yeah, but this is vintage.
Yeah.
Maybe Lincecum needs to let it grow back out. He's
Lincecum needs to find his fastball.
That's what I was saying. Maybe let it grow back out. Maybe the fastball will come back. But just the way he brings his whole body into it.
Right.
Yeah. He has a pitch over now to Andy Fairbanks, the shortstop.
The freak, as Lincecum is called up here.
The pitch. And Fairbanks hits a grounder to shortstop. May fields it. Easy throw to first. And the catch by Sawyer Seth for out number 3 will retire the side. After a half inning to play, Greenville takes the early lead, 1-0 over American Christian Academy.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here this afternoon? Then tell your school to sign up for Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
I'm Andrew Jensen alongside Thomas Conroy. Chris Cashman, our producer, and Jared Nelson, our videographer today, coming from Shasta College up here in Redding, California. Had to think a second of where we were.
Here's the lineups, Andrew, for the American Christian Eagles. Their record coming into today's contest, 20-7. They're coached by Bill Tuxhorn. Leading off, number 37, Malachi May, and he will play the shortstop
Malachi
position.
May is.
Excuse me, Malachi. Malachi May, the shortstop, number 37. Number 22, Dean Yates. He's the catcher. Number 27, Coleman Pettit is the center fielder. Number 11, Jackson Tuxhorn, the pitcher. He'll bat in the cleanup spot. In the 5-hole, number 18, Seth Wright. He'll play right field. Number 12, Justin Smoke will be the DH. In the 8th spot, number 1, Joshua Tazaro. He will play left field. And in the 9-hole, number 9, Zane Peterson, and he'll play third base. So Malachi May is ready. Coming out of the dugout. It's not ready to hit. And as we wait for
Now, this is a rare
Donnie Houston to finish his
You look at the American Christian lineup here. How often, at any level, would you see someone by the name Sawyer and the last name Seth, and then being followed by someone with the first name Seth batting? Sawyer Seth batting 5th, and then Seth Wright batting 6th. But that doesn't happen very often.
Only in baseball.
Well, in baseball, yeah, there's all sorts of things they track. So
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a tracking system of that. They have, like, stats for the most doubles in the 7th inning on day games on Tuesday. They have a stat for that. So I wouldn't be surprised if
Most
there's
doubles by the name Robinson. And, they got everything going.
in a dome when it was raining outside.
Yeah.
But that's why I love it. But that's why I love it. Baseball is truly America's pastime.
Yeah. Looks like.
So here we go, getting ready to start the bottom half of the first inning. Housen, it will be the pitcher.
Excuse me, Housen finished up his warm-ups. He's getting ready.
Number 37, Malachi May.
So Malachi May.
Not your typical pitcher. Pants already dirty.
Well, he has the RBI that has his team leading.
So get used to it, folks. As May steps in.
Leadoff man, Malachi May for American Christian Academy. Takes the first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count as Donnie Houston throws a strike on his first attempt today.
Long look at the third base coach.
And second pitch, shot to second base. Nice job by Martinez, who makes the play over to first for out number 1. That ball was hit right on the nose, but James Martinez fielded it cleanly and made a nice throw to get Malachi May for out number 1.
Yeah, good solid one hopper to the second baseman. Played it right on the short hop and made the throw for the first put out of the inning. Nice play by Martinez.
Now Dean Yingst will come to the plate. And pitch is taken upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Donnie Housen looks, like you said, doesn't look like your prototypical pitcher, but obviously very successful at doing it.
A little bit high there.
That one outside, 2-0 the count. Definitely cool off a bit since when we first got here.
Yeah, thankfully.
High pop up. Third baseman Sam Johnson is being called off by the left fielder and third baseman, and it falls in between the two of them.
Yeah, Bermuda Triangle down there. Third baseman gave up way too soon, and then Fairbanks and Logan Carmichael kind of just looked at one another and let the ball drop in front of them in foul territory.
Hey, Coach Chilati is yelling at the left fielder, Logan Carmichael, saying, hey, you got to catch that.
Yeah, it's his ball. Coach is absolutely right. Shortstop's coming over towards the line, while the left fielder has like an easier track towards the ball.
And there's a shot to center field, and that is going to be misplayed, and it gets behind the center fielder, Rogers. And heading to second base, sliding in safely, is Dane Yingst, which I think that's going to be scored a single and an error, letting him advance to second base.
Yeah, not quite sure whether or not he had to put any leather onto that ball, but tried to make a sliding catch at Tony Rogers, came up way short. And the ball skipped a little bit by him, not too far away. That easily allowed Yanks to get to second base. So the tying run now with one out is on at second.
So Coleman Pettit now, the third batter, takes that one low and outside for ball one. So there's one out, one runner at second. Both balls were hit sharply. One to second base, that was fielded cleanly and made the play for the out, and the second one falling for a hit. This time Pettit hits a shot towards right field, making the play. It's going to drop for a base hit. And Yanks had to stay put just in case the ball was caught, so he'll advance to third. And Pettit is on board with the single.
Yeah, Talavera coming in from right field just could not get to the ball. Played it on the hop, but smart running there by, as you said, Yanks, because he had to make sure that ball was not caught before advancing to the next base. He might have tagged up if the outfielder made the catch. If he was coming running in, he wouldn't have gotten off a good throw. But first runners at the corners with Tuxhorn coming out.
Runner taken off, and I believe they call a balk, which will score the run because each player will be advanced one base. And so the run scores, and Pettit will head to second base.
Yeah, unfortunately, he came down below the belt and never threw the baseball, try to reset. And that's an easy ball call for the umpires.
There's a ground ball fielded cleanly by Johnson. He'll fire to first for the out, and the runner will advance over to third base. So Tuxhorn grounds out, and Pettit will move over to third. And that will bring up Sawyer Seth, the first baseman, with the runner at third with two outs.
Unfortunately, with that balk, that would have set up perfectly for a double play ball and getting out of the inning for the Indians, but not to be.
They're all tied up at one apiece. Seth takes that one for a strike.
First baseman Sawyer Seth.
So Seth at the plate trying to give his team the lead if he can get a hit here. High for ball one. Evens up the count at one apiece. Bottom half of the first, all tied up at one apiece. Two outs, runner at third. And Seth will take that one inside. They're going to make a play at third, but easily getting back to the base is Pettit. So Sawyer Seth with the pitch, hits a shot to second base and bobbled, and the run will score. And Seth will credit it with an RBI. I don't know if that's
got to be an error. He touched the baseball with his glove.
But it would have been a tough play even if he fields that, but yeah.
He would have to come with a throw across his body, but he had to make the play on the ball to at least either come home or decide to throw to first.
So now Seth Wright will step to the plate, pick-off move. As Seth able to get back safely. American Christian Academy has taken a 2-1 lead here in the bottom half of the first. Pitch taken for a strike, 1-2. It's the first lefty we've seen of the day. Seth Wright. Last game was
all righties.
All right. Seth Wright, the right fielder. Swing and miss for strike 2. That's another one you can say. You have Sawyer Seth followed by Seth Wright, who plays right field. Keeps on going.
You've been out here too long.
The sun is. So 2 strikes. The pitch and the high pop. Catcher Riggs is being called off by the third baseman Johnson, who can't hang on.
Jackson had the play. Johnson was able to make the play. The Riggs ran into him and kind of jarred the ball a little bit out of his glove. So defense letting down the Indians here in the first.
Yeah, they should have been out of the inning right there, and instead, Seth Wright will have another opportunity. Housen, the pitch, is swung on and missed for out number 3. So 6 batters get to the plate, and they're able to produce 2 runs. We'll head to the top half of the second inning with American Christian Academy on top, 2-1.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. And you can have also access to thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your home for high school sports. playonsports.com.
Andrew Jensen alongside Thomas Conroy here from Shasta College for this Division 6 championship game for the CIF Northern section. As Tyler Meekum is going to be leading off for Greenville. He'll be followed by Logan Carmichael and then Tony Rogers, as Tuxhorn will head back to the mound.
Defense not helping out there for Greenville. So let's see if their offense can help them out here.
After 1 complete, the score is ACA 2 and
American Christian got to be fortunate that they got 2 runs there. See if they can keep the momentum going on their side.
The first baseman, number 8, Tyler Meekum.
So Meekum with his first plate appearance. We'll see what he can do. High fastball is swung on and missed for strike 1.
Tuxhorn had trouble with the strike zone in the first inning. Let's see if he's kind of gained a little bit more control off the hill.
And that one, Meekum late swinging, and that is fouled back for strike 2. So Meekum is quickly down in the count, 0-2. And that one, nice curve, but misses just a little bit low, it looks like. So 1-2 the count. Jackson Tuxhorn, the son of the head coach mentioned earlier, Bill Tuxhorn. Ground ball, fielded cleanly by May, and May he throws the ball, not able to be picked up by the first baseman, and trying to advance on the play, and he's going to be safe. Is Meekum. He should have been out, but the shortstop couldn't hold on to it. May bobbled it on the tag.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 errors on the play. Shortstop, as you said, May made a low throw, could not get scooped out by Seth. And then great backup there by Julie Bradley, the second baseman, coming over to back up the ball. And she made a good, strong throw to the shortstop, but May could not hold on to it. And the runner stays on at second base, Talon Meekum. I don't know if this shortstop gets both errors or you have to give it the error on Bradley's throw to him.
Yeah, that's
But to me, it looked like it was a good, strong throw.
the ball was just maybe knocked out. So I don't know if you can. Maybe you don't charge an error if the ball was knocked out by the runner.
Yeah, we can go that way, too.
But the play should have been made at first, and that should have been out number one. But instead, Greenville has a runner at second, and Carmichael to the plate. Tuxhorn fakes the throw to second to get the runner back.
Yeah, you could go with the throwing error, getting him to second base, obviously.
Tuxhorn, the pitcher, only a sophomore. So he has a bright future ahead of him, that is for sure.
Struggling a bit on the hill, second consecutive inning.
I wouldn't necessarily that. There should have been an out on the
Well, I
ground.
meant as far as throwing balls and strikes.
And again, another play at second base. Pickoff move, but easily back to the bag is Meekum.
Yeah, they didn't execute that backdoor play. Picture perfect.
And that one in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher. Yanks able to prevent Meekum from moving any further. A 2-0 the count.
Yeah, I definitely definitely Tuxhorn does not want to give up the one-run cushion he has here right away. Make him earn it.
Ooh, he bunted back on his head.
I think it got him right underneath that. Either hit the bill of his helmet or hit him straight on the face.
It looks like he's okay. Umpire's asking him if he's good. He just shook it off. Trying to square for the bunt and ricocheted right back to him.
And now here comes the trainer again.
Yeah, wanted to make his appearance.
He should come out for
Yeah, exactly. And
It
anytime.
did hit him in the head.
Anytime. And nowadays.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, you know how I coach at basketball, and we have to take all sorts of different, this past year, different courses and concussion prevention courses just because they've been mishandled for so long, and now you're starting to see them happen more often. So they want to make sure that they're being attended to. And so good call by the trainer coming out.
Yeah, I mean, when I'll speak for myself. When I played high school sports, I mean, concussions were not really considered, at all anything, roughly serious. I mean, there's been a lot more education in all walks of sports in the concussion area. So you got to be careful with these because they do linger. And these young kids, they'll linger permanently.
And if they continue to play with it, it's only going to make matters worse.
Right.
So they want them better safe than sorry. But it looks like he is going to be okay. So Carmichael with a 2-1 count. With the runner at second, nobody out. 2-1 American Christian Academy on top. Another pickoff move towards second. And again, Meekum able to get back safely.
Tuxhorn really concerned with that runner at second base. Meekum has a pretty good, decent lead at second.
And Tuxhorn misses that one low. And the count moves to 3-1. Greenville came in with a 15-9 record, and American Christian 20-7. Three and one pitch up high and off the glove of Yanks, and that will advance the runner, I believe. Should be ball 4. Yeah, there you go. So now the runner, umpire held him back for a minute, but Carmichael will finally make his way over to first. So now runner at the corner is nobody out.
And then Andrew said that will be a wild pitch charge to Tuxhorn.
And Tony Rogers will head to the plate with runners at the corners and nobody out. So a lot of possibilities here.
Yeah, right now, I don't think they'll have a bunt play on.
A squeeze. You'd have to make sure your player is very confident at bunting. And that one is laid in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. So Buckshorn gets ahead of the count here on Tony Rogers, the center fielder. Ray Talavera on deck here for Greenville. Swing and miss. 0-2 the count. The 0-2 pitch is taken for a strike. So 3 strikes in a row, and Rogers will take a seat with the strikeout. And that will bring up Ray Talavera.
Yeah, he looked really fooled at that at bat and did not expect that ball to come on the outside corner. And he knew right away that he was called out on strikes.
So Talavera at the plate now with 1 out, runners at the corners.
You got to get that run in from third if you're.
And he's showing
Greenville.
bunt, and he'll bunt this one way back foul.
He showed it, but didn't look confident. Kind of looked a little bit like he's unsure of how to bunt the ball as he kind of just
Trying to get back to the
weakly hit
leadoff
it.
man. As Enzo Riggs, the leadoff man, is on deck. So if they can have 2 runners in scoring position for the leadoff man, they would definitely like that. Square into bunt again. This time he gets it down. Squeeze play. The play at the plate is in time. Out is Meekum. So Talavera will reach first on a fielder's choice. And Meekum is thrown out trying to score from third.
Yeah, bunted the ball. You want that ball either to go either on the third base side or the first base side of the mound, and went straight back to the pitcher. Easy play for him. He charges off the mound and makes a good, quick flip to the catcher to get the runner, Meekum, at home plate.
So the leadoff guy, Enzo Riggs, who was hit by a pitch to open the game. Now we'll have runners at first and second. Hits a shot to center field, and it is going to be played by Coleman Pettit for the out. So that will do it for the top half of the second inning, as Greenville strands 2 runners, and we'll head to the bottom half of the second here on PlayOnSports.com.
Play on Sports will have live coverage of the Northern Section Track and Field Finals on Friday, May 24th. As you can also watch highlights from the championships of every spring sport in the Northern Section on PlayOnSports.com. So don't forget to check Play on Sports broadcast schedule page for information on all the upcoming broadcasts from around the Northern Section and beyond. As we're your high school home for sports, PlayOnSports.com. Spring championships are only here.
So we'll head to the bottom half of the second inning. It's going to be the 7, 8, 9 batters, Justin Smoke, Joshua Tesaro, and Zane Peterson. Justin Smoke shares a name with a Major League Baseball player, plays up in Seattle. Asked Coach Tuxhorn if there's any relation. He said, yeah, there is, but not sure exactly how, but there is a relation.
Yeah, probably cousins or whatnot. Smoke was in that big Cliff Lee trade a few years back when Lee went from Seattle to Texas. And I believe he's still with the Mariners.
Yeah, he's starting up there. So we'll head to the bottom half of the second. Again, Justin Smoke, the DH, Joshua Tesoro, the left fielder, and Zane Peterson, the third baseman, will be due up. And
yeah, that's an inning they're going to look back on and
runners at the corners would
really kick themselves for not making a play there.
missed opportunities.
Yeah.
We saw that in the last game as well.
Is number 12, the designated hitter, Justin Smoke.
When you get that runner at third with 1 out, you gotta bring him home. Justin Smoke, a left-handed hitter, the major leaguer. His namesake is a right-handed hitter.
So Housen out on the mound had 1 strikeout in that first inning. We'll look to get off to a good start here. Pitches that one high and in, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from Housen is hit. So Smoke is hit by a pitch, the second one we have seen today of this game. Second one in as many innings. And that will bring Tesoro up to the plate.
Now batting the left fielder, number 31, Joshua.
Enzo Riggs started off the game with a hit by batsman. Is this a pinch hitter?
Yeah, I'm trying to double check here because, yeah, Joshua Mintz is at the plate. Well, we'll go with it.
For the pinch hitter.
So Mintz batting from the left side. And that one is in there for a strike.
You always see something different in baseball. Pinch hitter before you're even official at bat.
Unless they made a change before
game time
and we weren't informed, which may have been the case. And Mintz takes that one low. Evens up the count. Nobody out here, bottom half of the second inning.
Mintz, a left-handed hitter. Big, tall young man.
Fouls that one straight back for strike two.
Just got over the top of the backstop here.
So 1-2 count, nobody out here in the bottom half of the second. Runner at first as Justin Smoke was hit by a pitch to start this inning.
Now, you can't keep the baseball in high school. You got to give it back, right?
Unless you take it and run off. But I don't know if they're going to go chasing
after
you.
Real estate here.
Ball high. They try to catch Smoke napping at first, but he's able to get back.
I mean, I think I could sneak by the lady at the gate.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees around here. You can go, like, climb up if you want to or hide behind. So 2-2 count. Runner at first. The pitch is taken a little bit high for a ball, so a full count. Housen trying to avoid walking a batter and a pickoff move towards first, but Smoke able to get back.
You know what happened there? He was talking to his first base coach, Smoke, and Housen almost caught him napping as he took his lead off momentarily. Good play there by the pitcher.
Swung on and missed by Mintz, so he goes down swinging. The second strikeout of the game for Housen. And that's going to bring up Zane Peterson.
Yeah, he had a swing for a fastball, and he got thrown an off-speed pitch, and he was way out in front and tried to recoup and make some type of contact and just could not, did Mintz. Good pitch by Housen to get the first out of the inning.
So Housen, after the strikeout, now will face the number 9 batter, the third baseman Peterson, and he'll take the first pitch for a strike.
Kind of like Housen on the mound. He's a bulldog. Gets the job done.
0-1 pitch from Housen is fouled back, so he's ahead in the count here, 0-2.
What I like about him is he changes up his delivery and his timing to really keep the base runner off track so he can't settle in on, as far as stealing second base, how long it takes him to go to home plate. Kind of almost quick pitches to that batter and then comes back with a long holding of the ball before he'll throw it in.
And chopper towards third. It gets through the hole for a base hit. So Peterson gets on board. And that would bring up the top of the order in Malachi May with runners at first and second, only one out.
Yeah, long play for Sam Johnson, the third baseman, to come over in the hole. He just got a tip of the ball, and that partial deflection just moved it away from Fairbanks, who was coming in from behind. So neither one of them could get to the ball. First and second, one man out. Eagles are back in business once again.
So runners at first and second, one out. May, the batter. And he'll take the first pitch for a ball. May grounded out his first at bat.
To the second baseman to start off their will not start off the game in the bottom of the first. The leadoff hitter, May.
So May up for the second time in as many innings. And will hit that one towards third. It looked like it was foul.
Yeah, it is. No, fair.
No, I thought I hit off the plate, but
good reaction there by the third baseman. Johnson came in. Once he saw the ruling by the umpire, he came in, charged it hard.
Stepped on the bag.
Yeah, and then retreated back to third base to step on the bag to force out Smoke at third base.
So Malachi May on first for the fielder's choice. And Dane Yanks, who singled his first plate appearance, will come in here with 2 outs. Runners at first and second.
Yeah, Yanks ended up at second base on the error by the center fielder Rogers as the ball went off his glove. And he scored on a balk by Housen, the pitcher, in the first inning.
Yanks swings right through that one for strike one. So 0-1 count as Housen fires, and that one is in there for strike two. So Housen ahead on the count. Has the luxury here to be a little picky with his pitch. Let's see if he just elects to come after him. Runner at first and second, 2 out. The 0-2 pitch is taken for ball one. Just missed.
Taken all the way was Yanks.
The Greenville crowd thought that may have been a strike, but the count moves to 1-2.
Good crowd from Greenville, cheering on their team.
And there's a shot towards left field, and it's going to be caught by Logan Carmichael for out number 3. So after 2 innings of play, the score is American Christian Academy 2, Greenville 1.
Stay tuned for PlayOnSports.com postgame show and have a live interview with that player. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
I'm Andrew Jensen alongside Thomas Conroy. And Thomas, I'll pass over the play-by-play reins to you for the next 3 innings.
Thank you so much. As we get ready now for American Christian Eagles getting on the field. Great play by the left fielder, I thought, Carmichael, because that ball kind of coming at you, you got to really, it's hard to kind of read off the bat. And he read it perfectly to make the final out of that second inning. But coming up now for the Indians will be Martinez, Housen, and Sam Johnson.
Yeah, Greenville was able to score in that first inning. They made a little bit of a threat in that, or actually a pretty big threat in the second inning that they couldn't convert. And here we go in the third. So they're trailing 2-1, but it's not been a lack of not getting on base.
Yeah, Martinez hit a little tapper back to the mound. And, pitcher never got his warm-ups as Yanks was putting his gear on. Nobody came out from the dugout to warm up the pitcher.
A little bit of a delay here.
And he's ready to go. Martinez ready to step in. So we'll get the top of the third going here. Since you said 2-1, American Christian Eagles leading the Greenville Indians here in D6 championships for CIF Northern Division.
Leading off the top of the third inning for the Greenville Indians, number 3.
And the first pitch is up high, ball 1. Northern section, excuse me. Martinez, second baseman. Defense plays straight back. Third baseman in a little bit as that next pitch by Tuxhorn is a little bit low, 2-0.
Yeah, Tuxhorn He's been able to escape a couple of jams, but hasn't really been able to get the leadoff guy very
Martinez
easily.
hit the tough ground ball to short. May has it. Long throw. Not in time. Takes the first baseman off Seth. So an infield hit for Martinez. That was hit deep in the hole. It's going to take a real strong arm to get that base runner. And May just didn't have it.
So Martinez sacrificed his first at bat, and now he reaches on a fielder's choice or infield single. And pitcher now, who has the lone RBI for Greenville, Donnie Housen.
Yeah, Housen got a base hit in the first inning, as Andrew said, with the RBI single. First pitch to him is driven down the right field line. Long run for the right fielder, and that's going to stay fair. One bounce taken off by right. He'll throw it in. Housen makes a long turnaround first, but we'll go back. First and second here. A little threat going once again for the Indians.
Housen 2 for 2. Both of his hits to right field. Now we got the cleanup hitter up with runners on and nobody out.
Boy, Housen, good pitch outside corner, and he went with the pitch right down the right field line. Sam Johnson struck out in the first, 0 for 1 on the afternoon. See if you can get a hit here. Tuxhorn's first pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch in the dirt, and it's now 2-0 to Johnson.
Yeah, Tuxhorn's been in the jam every inning thus far.
Yeah, he's dodged several bullets here. Let's see if he can get out of this jam.
Going to have his work cut out for him, though, as he has runners at first and second, nobody out, and the cleanup batter up. And Johnson swings right through that one for strike one.
2 balls and a strike now to Johnson. Tuxhall looks at the runners. Here comes the pitch in the dirt. Nice block there.
Oh,
by the catcher. There goes the runner going to third. Throw down there. Not in time. Slid underneath the tag.
risky
Martinez.
Risky play by Martinez. Moving on that. Ball wasn't really too far away from the catcher, and then Martinez decided to take off and just got underneath the tag.
Yeah, that's something the base runner does on his own right there. Coach can't help you there. You either got the instinct that you think you could beat the throw or you don't. And he did, and he slid underneath there. It's a nice play by Martinez. They get now into further into scoring position at third.
And runners at the corners.
And the second base umpire, or the umpire standing between second and third, wanted to verify the ball strike count at 3-1. That's going to be a wild pitch to Tuxhorn. Advancing around and throw over to first. And Housen gets back.
So Tuxhorn in a real jam now. Again, runners at the corners. He had this last inning, was able to get out of it, but this time there's nobody out.
And sometimes you can't. Now throw down to third. Here comes Martinez coming to home. Throw is high, gets away from the catcher. Martinez will score easily. Advancing all the way to third on the throw is Housen. Great base running on his part. And that'll be an error on the third baseman, Peterson, trying to make the throw back to the catcher.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to get burnt there because they looked like they were maybe trying to double steal. And the catcher didn't go to second. He went to third, catching the runner on third, heading home. But the bad throw allowed the runner to score.
Man, crazy play right there.
And the game is all of a sudden tied up again.
So we find out pretty quickly that James Martinez is a pretty aggressive base runner. And it pays off there. We're tied at 2 now, Greenville and American Christian. There goes a pop-up behind home and out of play. 3-2 count on Sam Johnson, the third baseman. Housen now on third.
Take him home tonight.
Tuxhorn looks, and the pitch is a little tapper down the third base line. Foul.
Still nobody out. Top half of the third inning.
Wind blowing out lightly towards left field. Comes the pitch to Johnson.
Oh.
Swung on a miss. He swung one in the dirt. And since the ball got away from the catcher, he had to tag out Johnson. But
And that's the second strikeout today for Johnson. He went after a bad pitch there.
yeah, I think the second time, I think his first time up, he went after a bad pitch to strike out in the first inning.
So Tuxhorn catches a break. And that'll bring up Fairbanks.
A good pitch by Tuxhorn. Give him credit. He bounced one in the dirt, and Johnson went after it. Fairbanks bounced out to short his first at-bat. One out here, tied game. There goes a drive to straightaway center. Going back is Petit. It's going to go over his head and go to the wall. Housen will score. Going in the second is Fairbanks. He's going to go over to third as the relay will come in. And he will stand up there with a triple. Andy Fairbanks, Greenville leads it 3-2. He put that ball, he got a charge on it.
You got to give credit. Coleman Pettit made a great attempt out there in center, but not able to come up with it. And brings in the go-ahead run. So Greenville has reclaimed the lead.
Already the third hit in the inning off of Jackson Tuxhorn.
You got to think how long they can stick with him. I mean, obviously, it's only the third inning here, and see if he can get out of it. But every inning thus far, he's been in a jam.
Dean Yinks went out to talk to his pitcher. As Talon Meekum now will step into first baseman. Reach on an error by the shortstop in the second. Tuxhorn looks at the runner at third. Pitch in there for a strike. So two singles and a triple. Also aided by a wild pitch and an error by the third baseman have allowed the 2 runs to score here for the Indians as the ball goes in the dirt 1-1. Jackson Tuxhorn looking at the runner at third. The pitch a little way outside. A ball and a strike. Pitch is a pop-up over third, or over first. Nobody's going to get it as it goes into no man's land. Julie Bradley picks up the ball, throws it back in, but coming in from third is Andy Fairbanks to score another run for the Indians. It's now 4-2, Greenville over American Christian.
Yeah, they've really looked good at the plate thus far this game, and it could be a lot worse than 4-2.
Nice piece of hitting there by Meekum. Got it right in that no man's land of the first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder. None of them can get to it. And Bradley made a nice play just picking the ball up and throwing it back in. Logan Carmichael stepping up. He walked his first at bat. First pitch to him is outside, throw down to first, and the runner gets back as he was leaning off the bag a little too far. Yinks threw it down there, kind of keep him honest. Comes the pitch again up high to Carmichael. 2 balls, no strikes. Next pitch in there for a strike, 2, 3-1.
Try to take advantage of this Tuxhorn struggling here. Because he is a good pitcher, and it's only, you would think, only a matter of time before he kind of rights the ship. So you definitely want to take advantage.
Pitch is way outside. I thought it was 2-1. It's now 3-1.
We've been burnt a couple of times.
Scored. Well, I said 2-0, and then I looked up. It was 3-0. I was like, okay, maybe I missed one. Tuxhorn looking at the runner. Here comes the pitch, and it's a little tapper in front of the plate. Rolls foul. Came way inside on the batter to Tuxhorn. And now 3-2. Third base coach came down. He's also the manager. Mike Chilati. 4-2, the Greenville Indians over the American Christian Eagles. And it goes a little tapper back to the backstop. Still 3-2.
Carmichael walked his first plate appearance. Has a chance to walk here again if shows good patience. That last one looks like he may have chased a little bit.
Defense playing straight back from Carmichael.
That's ball 4.
Pitch, and it's ball 4. That's
yeah. It's the second time we've seen that today.
Carmichael got to recognize, man. You got to walk down the first and make the umpire.
He doesn't want to walk. He wants to hit.
Here comes the manager of the Eagles, Bill Tuxhorn, to talk to his son and his team.
So that's going to bring up Tony Rogers. He struck out his first plate appearance. Now we'll have runners at first and second. Coach Tuxhorn has to let his son know, the pitcher, just settle down a little bit. I mean, obviously, you're a sophomore, you're playing in a big game right now, but I think he's letting his momentum, his nerves kind of ride his performance so far.
And we just advanced 30 years on the in-house music here at the stadium as Coldplay is broadcast now.
No more Bob Seger. Jackson Brown and America.
We'll see. Might be a new DJ. We'll have to monitor that for you folks as our day continues.
Play-by-play on the music.
Tony Rogers will be the batter. Rogers struck out in the second inning. But he has runners at first and second with 1 out. Let's see if he can do some damage here. His team lead up 2. Shows bunt, steps away, and it's high, ball 1. The 4-2, the Indians over the Eagles in the first inning. Or third inning, excuse me.
Squaring the bunt here.
Squares the bunt again. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The bunt might be taken off here by the coaching staff of the Indians. The Tuxhorn winds. He throws in the dirt.
Nice save.
Nice stop. Throw down to second. And the runner just gets back. Meekum. As Yanks made a great play to stop the ball in the dirt. And then made a good, strong throw down to second to almost get that base runner napping. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch again in the dirt. Another stop.
Yanks is getting a workout in the early going. Doing a good job.
Yeah, good catching fundamentals right there. He just gets, almost makes like a barrier right there and just makes sure he blocks the ball with his chest to keep it in front of him. 2-2 now with the count on Rogers. Tuxhorn long look at the base runners, especially at second. The pitch is again right at the knees. Strike 3 called.
That's the second strikeout for Rogers.
And he never took the bat off his shoulder, and that's got to be discouraging for the coaching staff. He's got to make an attempt with runners in scoring position to try to get him in.
And Talavera now will come up and reached on a fielder's choice, his first plate appearance.
Yep, got the runner out at third base on the, at home. As he takes a strike right down the heart of the plate. 1, 2 outs. 4-2 Indians. There goes a pitch up high. And it is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Riggs waiting on deck. Leadoff man.
I would love to get him up here in this situation. 1 ball, 1 strike. Texon looking at the runners. The pitch. Again up high. 2 balls and a strike.
Don't have a pitch count tracker here, but you got to think he's getting up there already here in the third.
Yeah, he's labored. I mean, this has not been an easy outing for him as a starting pitcher. And I think, obviously, with the talk, you got to be thinking on that bench that they're going to possibly be taking him out of this game soon. As the pitch is up high again, 3-1.
And the last thing you want to do here is walk the number 9 batter to load the bases to get to the leadoff man.
Yeah, and Riggs has hit the ball hard his last at bat. 3-1, 2 outs. The pitch, outside, ball 4.
And that's exactly what happens. That brings up Riggs.
Second walk in the inning given up by Tucson.
We're about ready to go through the batting order as Martinez waits on decks, and he's the one that started this whole rally.
Ninth man to bat in the inning, Enzo Riggs, the catcher. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the first, and then flied out to center to end the second inning. So he has a rarity in baseball. He is batted in each inning for his team. First pitch is in there for a strike. Outside corner, good pitch by Tucson.
I think that's what he has to do at this point. You think he's trying to get too precise at this point. Just throw it over the plate and let your defense go to work.
Another one down low, just off the knees for a ball, 1-1. Riggs waiting for his pitch. That's exactly what he wants, it looks like. Tucson on the hill. Here comes the pitch, and there goes a drive again to center field. Coming in is Pettit, and he'll make the catch on the run.
Another hard hit ball to center field, and another out for Riggs. So he's hitting the ball on the button, just not able to get it to drop.
3 runs on the inning on 4 hits. Bases were left loaded. We've completed 2.5 here at Shasta College. The Greenville Indians lead the American Christian Eagles by the score of 4-2 on Play On Sports.
Play On Sports will have live coverage of the Northern Section Track and Field Finals on Friday, May 24th. You can also watch highlights from the championships of every spring sport in the Northern Section on PlayOnSports.com. Don't forget to check the Play On Sports broadcast schedule for page information for upcoming broadcasts all across the Northern Section and beyond. The spring championships are here only on PlayOnSports.com.
So Donnie Housen will head back to the hill. He has a 2-run cushion to work with.
And it's going to be the heart of the order.
Coleman Pettit, Jackson Tuxhorn, and Sawyer Seth, the batters for the Eagles. Pettit showing some speed there in center field, huh, Andrew? They in that top of the third.
Typically where you put your speedster is at center. Although last game we saw it, the speedster was playing at first base.
I know. Definitely the best athlete.
Let's see here. It's Housen, the senior. I'm trying to see how he's listed at 5'8", 200 pounds. That is good size. But again, not prototypical size for a pitcher. It's a linebacker size.
Yeah, usually 5'8" is not your most ideal height for a pitcher either. They like him tall and lanky.
But it's working. And he's a senior, but his counterpart is a sophomore, and you're starting to see the experience and maturity against someone a little bit younger.
I agree. Coleman Pettit singled and scored in the 2-run first inning for the Eagles. He's made a couple outstanding plays in the outfield to end innings. Let's see what he does here with the bat. Now the home plate umpire talking to the batter.
I wonder what he's talking to him about.
I think he said that front foot was outside the batter's box. He made him move inside.
Ask him what his favorite player was. Now that he got that taken care of.
Who does your pitcher look like?
Exactly.
First pitch up
Is
high.
that Tim Lincecum out there?
First pitch high for a ball.
Tim
Riggs
Lincecum.
threw the ball back to the pitcher and went over his head.
Tim Lincecum gets to start tonight in Colorado.
We were watching a little bit of the Giants game last night as we came up here to Reading from San Diego. The 1-0 pitch, and again it's up high, 2-0. So Housen, best course for him is to have a nice, quiet 1-2-3 inning with a 2-run cushion.
You can get the leadoff man out. I mean, at this point, just go after him. You have the lead.
Hard ground ball up the middle, base hit.
So Pettit's 2 for 2, 2 singles. And that brings up the pitcher.
And you got to expect he might be dancing off of first, trying to get to second base.
Now batting, number 11, Jackson.
Jackson Tuxhorn now getting ready to step into the plate. Tuxhorn, the pitcher, bounce out to short in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Pettit takes his lead off for first. And Housen looking in.
There he goes.
Runner goes, pitches outside, throw by Riggs, not in time. Bounced in front of the shortstop Fairbanks, but Martinez backed up perfectly. Play that ball, so give it stolen base to Pettit. And now he's in scoring position at second base. And a 1-0 count now to Tuxhorn.
Now
Housen
he's asking for another ball, I believe. Yep.
I think only big league pitchers can do that, I thought.
Housen is a big league pitcher. His wish was granted there. They got a new one.
He had a quick chat with his catcher. Goes now behind the dish. And Tuxhorn waiting for a 1-0 pitch. Pick off at second, and it goes into center field. But Pettit,
since Pettit had a dive back,
yeah,
he didn't have a chance to get up and head back over. And heads up, the center fielder was on top of it. Got it in quickly.
Right. Looked like Housen kind of made a quick toss there to second base. Didn't get a great throw there. It was away from Fairbanks, who was covering second. Here comes the pitch. It's a ground ball to short. Fairbanks. Oh, it goes off his glove into left field. Going to third is the runner. The throw there, not in time.
And the throw beat him. The throw was there in plenty of time.
A little bit high, though.
Yeah, Johnson had to go up for it and bring it all the way back down. And Pettit was able to slide under the tag, but a better throw would have had him out easily.
That'll be error on Fairbanks because that ball, that was a good true hop to him, and it just came right off the outside part of his glove and into left field. But Carmichael, as Andrew said, played it nicely and gave a good strong throw to third, but a little bit high, and that allowed Pettit to slide underneath it. So now the Eagles are in business, first and third, nobody out, and sorry, Seth. Here comes another runner going down to second, throw down there, not in time.
Yep.
Here comes Pettit to home, throw back, not in time. But that could have been a play where Riggs might have should have ate the baseball with that runner down at third.
Yep. Now you have a runner at second and the runner scored. Rather than just having a runner at second and third.
You give it so you give him a double steal on that play. Pettit gets credit with his second steal of the inning. And Tuxhorn steals second. So now they got another runner in scoring position, down one with a 1-0 count to Sawyer Seth. Pitch, little ground ball down the first base line. It gets by the first baseman.
No, they're saying it's foul.
Foul ball.
Just foul.
Home plate umpire with the call there. And he has a good look because it might not have went over the bag, and that's the only thing we really can't see from our position.
Come on, Donnie.
So 2 strikes now on Seth. that first pitch was called a strike rather than a ball. Tuxhorn taking his lead off of first. The pitch, again in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Going to third is Tuxhorn. He makes a wide turn there. Pitcher never came in to cover home. As Tuxhorn runs back to third. So that'll be a wild pitch on Housen. More importantly, a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Sawyer Seth. And the Eagles are just 90 feet away from tying this game up. Housen's pitch, ground ball in the hole at third. Fairbanks has, he's going to come home. Strong throw, gets away from the catcher, Riggs. Run scores, going to second is Seth. As he gets a fielder's choice.
I think
and
you have to credit that a hit. I don't think he had a chance to get him at first. I don't know officially it may be a fielder's choice, but even if he goes to first, I think he beats it out.
Still got to give him a fielder's choice because he chose to go to the bag home.
And still nobody out.
So you rule that FC for the shortstop. Run scores for Tuxhorn. And you give him a run batted in, too, for Seth. And we're all knotted up at 4. We got a meeting at the mound now with the catcher and the entire infield. Seth Wright coming up. He struck out in the first. So a lot of action here. As we're tied up at 4.
Now batting for ACA, number 17, Seth Wright.
Another runner in scoring position for the Eagles. And Sawyer Seth, their first baseman.
Don't miss the ball, Seth.
The left hand hitting Seth Wright stepping in. Pitch is in the dirt, and that will allow the runner to move over to third as Riggs goes to the backstop.
And Riggs has been busy back there. It's been one play after another where it's getting past him.
Second wild pitch of the inning for Housen. Yeah, he has not pitched the way you would want with a 2-run lead.
That 2-run lead has evaporated
quickly.
They're about to be trailing because there's nobody out with the runner on third, so he's going to have to pitch some magic here to avoid trailing.
Pitch is high now to Wright, so 2 balls, no strikes to him, the left-handed hitter. Housen's pitch is taken all the way for a strike. Throw down to third.
And that
Johnson gets a ball away from him as it bats away, but not far enough to advance the runner home.
I think at this point, I would stop trying to throw to first and third and try to sneak up on these runners because every time you do it, it seems to be disaster.
Well, Riggs is showing me he doesn't have a catcher's arm because every one of his throws are taking a bounce right in front of the bag, and that's awfully tough for a fielder to avoid the runner and then also try to defend the baseball.
And he got him.
Big swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Wright. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Seth Wright.
Yeah, it's 2-2 now.
The Indians' dugout got caught by the
scoreboard, the infamous scoreboard.
Ground ball right to second. This should put him ahead as the second baseman Martinez throws to Meekum for the out. But coming in to score is Sawyer Seth. And more importantly, the Eagles reclaim the lead at 5-4 on that bounce out.
But now, if you're Greenville, you can kind of take a deep breath. You have an out. Nobody's on base. You're trailing, but just kind of take a deep breath and realize there's still plenty of time. Just get these next 2 guys out.
So record that in your scorecard, 4-3 on the bounce out. RBI for Seth Wright. Run scored for Sawyer Seth. And it's 5-4. Eagles over the Indians as the first pitcher, Justin Smoke, is a strike. Smoke was hit by a pitch to lead off the second inning.
I have a feeling that 5 runs isn't going to be enough. So if you're American Christian Academy, you need to continue.
Pop up on the infield. It's a high one. Fairbanks coming in from shortstop. He'll make the catch for the second out. Yeah, we might have might have a good old-fashioned softball game here.
Yeah.
It's already 5-4 in the bottom of the third.
It's not the only leagues I can play in nowadays. Men's low-pitch softball.
I know the type of league you have. It has the keg of beer at second base.
Well, you ever hear the Jim Rome softball guy?
Yeah.
Those guys are around every now and then that
Right.
spend $800 on a bat for
Right.
the slow-pitch softball league.
Joshua Mintz stepping in, the left fielder. He'll take it up high for a ball. The left fielder, Mintz, late addition to the starting lineup. He struck out in the second. Housen looking, 1-0 pitch. Here goes a pop-up. Out the short left. Carmichael coming in, calls off Fairbanks for the final out. But the damage has been done as the Eagles score 3 runs on 1 hit. We had 2 wild pitches and an error in the inning. At the end of 3, it's the American Christian Eagles 5, the Greenville Indians 4 on PlayOnSports.com.
And you'll want to stay tuned for our PlayOnSports.com post-game show. We're going to select our player of the game and try to have a live interview with that player. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Come up here in the top of the 4th, James Martinez, Donnie Housen, and Sam Johnson for the Indians.
Well, you notice once Housen was able to get the bases clear, now he finally settled down and got the next 2 guys out easily. I think just having people on base was kind of ruffling his feathers, so to speak. And once all that was taken care of and damage was done, he calmed back down and was able to regroup, and only allowing, make it a 1-run deficit. So definitely plenty of time. We've seen that they're capable of getting on the board and getting on the base path.
And the band voted the worst rock band of the 1990s. No, Creed.
Creed.
And they were playing.
They got voted the worst band of the 90s?
Yeah, by Rolling Stone
Really?
magazine.
Huh, I didn't know that.
So.
Wonder what happened to those guys.
Well, they have a new lead singer. I mean, not that I'm a big Creed fan, but they have a new lead singer, and they changed their name. Scott
Creedless?
Sapp is gone. First pitch by Tuxhorn is up and high, ball 1.
Curve just didn't drop early enough.
Martinez 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Hit back to the box, and then singled and scored in the 3-run 3rd inning for the Indians. And he hits a high drive to left center field, but it's going to stay up. Pettit, the center fielder, calls off the left fielder to make the catch. He had a better
Impressive
read on the
Pettit.
ball.
Pettit's done a good job out there. He does a good job at the plate. Good baseball player.
Reminds me of Steve Finley.
Yeah, good comparison. He is only a sophomore. Wow.
Yeah, he's going to be good.
He's going to be a good one. Along with their pitcher here, Tuxhorn only a sophomore as well, so the future definitely bright.
Donnie Housen stepping in. 2 for 2 on the day. He takes the first pitch up high. Housen singled in a run in the 1st, and then singled and scored in the 3rd. He got that key hit down the right field line. That advanced Martinez all the way to 3rd in that 3-run 3rd inning. As the pitch is low, 2-0. Matter of fact, in the dirt. See what Housen does here. Tuxhorn waits and pitches inside for a ball. 2-1. Or it's going to be 3-0.
And if you're Tuxhorn, you don't want to lead off walk because, I guess it wouldn't be a leadoff walk, but you don't want to walk someone and allow Greenville to get anything going right after you're able to come back and reclaim the lead.
And
that's what happens.
Yep, ball 4. And what happens here, Andrew, is you wanted to smooth the inning so you can just get back to the dugout and recoup your energy. And again, now he's going to extend the inning a little bit with the walk.
Sam Johnson, though, he's up right now. He's struggled. 2 strikeouts, and we'll see if he can snap out of that. This would be a time to do it.
On one of its strikeouts, though, a wild pitch allowed Martinez to score in that 3-run third inning. So for 2. First pitch to him is a little bit low, ball 1. So Housen off at first. Don't think he's a base stealer, but we'll keep an eye on him. The 1-0. There goes a drive.
There's
Pretty
a
well hit to right field down the line, but it's going to curve foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to Johnson. Finally made some contact. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Sam Johnson. Comes a pitch outside, way outside the ball. 2-1.
Looks like the Royals playing the Orioles out here.
In one of those exhibition tilts you see in the backfield.
Greenville has similar uniform patterns as the Baltimore Orioles, and American Christian Academy looks exactly like Kansas City.
Yeah, right. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed by Johnson. 2-2. The count is even.
You don't want to go down swinging again or go down and strikes at all. Again, it'll be the third one.
Have you ever gone to spring training, Andrew?
I did when I was younger in Arizona. Of course, that was a long time ago, though. I've been wanting to ever since, but haven't been able to. And Johnson goes down swinging again, the third strikeout here this afternoon.
First time caught looking, and more importantly, got the second out of the inning, did Jackson Tuxhorn. As Andy Fairbanks will step up, 1 for 2.
5 strikeouts here for Tuxhorn, 3 of them from Johnson, and the other 2 from Rogers.
Fairbanks bounced out to short, and then tripled to straightaway center, knocking in a run in the third. He later scored on a Meekum single as the first pitch was low, ball 1. Fairbanks waiting. Tuxhorn throws, pitches low. The catcher throws down to first, not in time. As the base runner stepped a little bit too wide. Greenville trying to see if they can scratch out a rally here, pick up or tie the game up. As the pitch is outside, 2-0. Pitcher taking a long look at Housen over at first. He takes a little bit wider lead than he had at any point in this inning. And there goes the high pop-up. Shallow center. Pettit's going to have it to make the final put out.
Just a little bit late on that swing.
No runs, no hits. 1 man left due to the walk. 3.5 completed here at Shasta College with the score. The American Christian Eagles 5, the Greenville Indians 4 on Play On Sports.
You want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here this afternoon? Well, tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. And again, that's any sport. It's not just baseball or just football, whatever you want on, we can do it. Just let us know and we can
chess, mathlets, and we'll cover anything.
You don't want me calling
mathlets.
Yeah. Chess. Pawn the King's Rook 2. If that's a saying, I don't know. I'm not patient enough for chess. I've tried playing and I see something and I move and I don't look at the repercussions by making that move. So that's why I don't play it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I've sat in on those, especially in New York. There's a park in New York City where they have chessboards all laid out on the weekends, and you either see one guy playing like literally 5 guys at the same time.
Insane. Smart people.
We're going here to the bottom of the fourth. 5-4 Eagles over the Indians. Housen, Danny Housen, finishing his warm-ups. as Donnie Housen, as he will face Zane Peterson, Malachi May, and Dean Yinks here in the fourth.
And Peterson singled his last at bat, number 9 batter. We'll see if Housen is able to settle down a little bit this inning and go through a clean inning. As, again, in high school only plays 7 innings, so Greenville with only 3 more at-bats left in regulation time.
Yeah, we started this one at around 120.
Is the third baseman, number 9, Zane Peterson.
So we're getting along here nicely. But as Andrew states, we're getting a nitty-gritty part of the game. Right? You cannot allow the Eagles to extend their lead.
You still have some time, but, yeah, you don't want to give up and run to this point and put extra pressure on yourself when you come up to the plate.
Peterson ready. Housen on the hill. Let's see what he does here with his first pitch of the fourth. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Exactly what you want to do.
Exactly. And it's amazing how much just that first pitch, when pitchers start out 0-1 rather than 1-0, the success rate of getting that batter out.
Yeah, it really is. It's weird. The 0-1, Housen on the hill waiting. Has a sign. Here he comes. The pitch is a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third baseman playing a little off the bag. Middle infielders playing traditional position, as is the first baseman. Outfield medium range. Housen's pitch again low. 2 balls and a strike.
Oh, he got that one.
Late call.
Yeah, 1 and 2. He's one of those umpires that you. It's funny. Different umpires have different techniques. Some of them will tell you right away. Others will say it, but they don't signal it until a little bit later.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch pops straight back over the screen and out of play.
Umpire a few weeks ago going at it with David Price of the Rays.
Tim Hallion. He got suspended for that.
Good. I think
the umpires have been under fire. Speaking of
they've made a
Major League
lot
level.
of mistakes over the past
Angel
month.
Martinez not reversing the call on the home run for the A's.
Well, I think the Rays got hosed a couple of times over the first couple of weeks on bad calls.
1-2 pitch, swung on a miss. Peterson way out in front. Good off speed there by Housen to get hit the first out here in the fourth, and his 3rd strikeout on the afternoon.
Back to Malachi May, who's 0 for 1 with the fielder's choice, or 0 for 2, I should say.
37, Malachi May.
First pitch taken all the way inside for a ball, 1-0.
Looks like Housen's found a little bit of a groove. Getting those last 2 batters last inning and getting the first batter this inning.
Call that a strike. I didn't see his arm raised. They got it on the screen. So 0-1.
That's when you got to listen to this ump. He doesn't necessarily signal it every time. You know he can't trust the scoreboard.
Next pitch is up definitely high, so that's a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. May, as Andrew said, 0 for 2, has not gotten the ball out of the infield. He also bounced out the second and the first. Housen looking in. Here comes the pitch, and it's outside on the left side of the plate for a ball, 2-1. So the Eagles still staying patient enough to work with this pitcher. See if they can wait him out here. 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3, 3-1. Housen now laboring a little bit. Gets back on top of the hill. 3-1 pitch. And it's taken all the way, a strike, 3-2. Housen looking in. Here comes the pitch. And it's ball 4, way up high. His first walk on the day. He hit a batter as well as thrown 2 wild pitches. And Dean Yanks stepping in. He doubled and scored in the first and then flied out to left field in the second. Hit the ball solidly 2 times up. So with Housen laboring a bit here, I wouldn't be surprised if Yanks is waiting for his pitch and going to try to drive it a bit. And now another balk. Second balk of the game for Housen. He balked in the first.
He's trying to get an explanation here, and so is the coaching staff. But it looked like he made a move towards home plate and then backed off.
So with that, May moves to second on the balk. The last time Housen balked, that run scored. Let's see if it hurts him here in the fourth. Pitch in this ground ball up the middle, and it's going to go by Fairbanks into center field. Rounding third is May. He will score as the ball is cut off by Fairbanks at second. And just like that, they get that crucial second run to now lead 6-4 Eagles over the Indians. RBI single by Dean Yanks.
He is now 2 for 3. 2 singles and an RBI. And now we're going to have a meeting at the mound.
Chalotti, the coach, now going out from the dugout. So with the balk and
6-4.
Short meeting by Chalotti. So second time now after a balk, a run has scored for the Eagles. And as Andrew said, now they have a 6-4 lead as Coleman Pettit will step in to the batter's box. Now the umpire is walking over towards the Indians bench.
And we have a new pitcher. And it's going to be Fairbanks coming in.
So I think they just waited the last possible moment and then made the pitching change. So Fairbanks will have time to warm up. He comes in from the shortstop position. See where who will play shortstop.
The Housen's going to finish with, let's see here, only 2 strikeouts, or 3 strikeouts, and allowing 6 runs.
Housen's still on the field, so
yeah.
See where he'll play.
Well, I think Greenville only has 1 bench player.
He's not going to play shortstop.
No.
I wouldn't think.
Is that him over at short?
Yeah. He is going to play shortstop. So Donnie Housen moves from the pitcher spot to the shortstop position. And Andy Fairbanks now becomes the pitcher as he warms up.
One more game after this one today, a triple header. So, baseball packed afternoon here at Shasta College.
Nothing better to see 3 baseball games in one day. As Fairbanks now finishes up his warm-ups. Pettit, long talk with his coach down the third baseline during the warm-up. So,
and Pettit is 2 for 2 for the day.
Pettit 2 singles, 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. And he's made a couple of great catches out in the center field position.
And right away, Fairbanks makes a play at first and just getting back.
Yinks straying off a little bit wide at first, but Fairbanks threw over there. Fairbanks
There he
throws,
goes.
runner goes, pitches outside. Riggs' throw down the second.
Not even close.
Not in time as it short hops.
Well, not only was the throw not close, but the jump was incredible.
Right.
They didn't stand a chance.
Riggs not showing the strongest arm from the catcher's position. But as Andrew said, the pitcher's not even going to look at you, and clearly Fairbanks never even gave a look at the runner.
Well, that's the game plan here for American Christian Academy. They realize that they're able to steal bases, and they're trying.
Pitches in there for a strike, a little bit high, but just caught the corner or the outs of the high area for the strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Pettit. Pitches
There's
up
a
and
drive.
there's a pop up. Center field coming underneath it is Rogers. He'll make the catch. Tagging up is Yinks, and he'll move over to third easily as Rogers' throw gets cut off there by the shortstop Housen. So a runner now at third base with 2 outs. Did his job, did Coleman Pettit. Got the ball out of the infield and, more importantly, advanced the runner to the third. So on a wild pitch, he can score.
And they're appealing second, the tag, and the umpire saying he's good.
Jackson Tuxhorn, the pitcher now, ready to step in. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Bounce out to short, reach on an error by the shortstop, stole base, and scored in the 3-run third. Ground ball to short. Housen has it, bobbles the ball. Long throw to first, not in time. Coming in from third is Yinks, and he will score. 7-4 now, Eagles over the Indians.
So reach on air increases the lead to 3, 7-4, and really should have been out of the inning there.
Yep. Housen will get the error. No run batted in for Tuxhorn.
And the pickoff move, and the first baseman wasn't ready, throwing it over his head. Tuxhorn's going to take off for third, and he's going to make it there easily. At this point, he may think about going home. No, the ball is caught before it got into the dugout.
Nice play by Johnson as he followed that ball and got right in front of it before it rolled into the dugout.
Now we're going to have another meeting.
Several meetings. The batter with the first base coach, pitcher and the catcher. Sawyer Seth is the batter.
I think sometimes you can worry too much about a runner on the base. And right there, you can tell he was frustrated with that error. He immediately went to throw for a pickoff move, and first baseman wasn't ready for it. Meekum was like, whoa, and the ball flew over his head, and Tuxhorn were able to get all the way back to third.
The announcer wasn't ready for it either. Fairbanks' pitch is in the dirt ball. Nice stop there by Riggs. 1-0. Sawyer Seth 0 for 2. Reached on an error by the second baseman in the first, and a fielder's choice to the shortstop that knocked in a run. Ground ball to short. Housen has it. Long throw for him in time. And that will do it, but the damage has been done. 2 runs in the inning on 1 hit. They left a runner at third. We've completed now 4 innings here at Shasta College, and the American Christian Eagles lead it by the score of 7-4 over the Greenville Indians on PlayOnSports.com.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Just want to go over that again. It's 2 runs on 1 hit, runner left on at third, as the Eagles lead the Indians by the score of 7-4. That was Andrew Jensen. My name is Thomas Conroy. Our producer is Chris Cashman. And our videographer is Jared Nelson. He's not even looking at us anymore. He's just laid out, completely tanning.
I don't know if he's alive anymore up there. He's
Get some water up there for him, please, somebody.
been a warm day today. Luckily, we've had the shade for parts of it.
Yeah, sun coming back here. Jackson Tuxhorn now getting his warm-ups here. As we go to the top of the fifth, the Indians will be setting up Tyler Meekum, Logan Carmichael, and Tony Rogers are the scheduled batters here.
Running out of time. Still 3 innings to go, but 9 outs basically. You have 9 outs to work to bring.
3-run cushion. That's going to be, you got to start, as you said, got to start making some plays now.
Update down at Butte College Division III section title game. 6-5 Calusa in the 6th inning. Calusa over Winter, 6-5.
Tyler Meekum 1 for 2 as Tuxhorn looks in. First pitch is popped up to straightaway left. Going back is Minks. He's not going to get it. Goes over his head down the line. Rounding first and heading into second is Meekum with a double. Now he's going to try to go to the third. Relay throw there, not in time. Minks had trouble getting the ball out of the corner. And just like that, Meekum leads off the inning with a triple.
He scored a triple or a double and an error?
And that's triple all the way.
It looked like he had trouble getting that out of his glove.
Yeah, that ball tailed away from the outfielder, Minks down the left field line.
Now batting, number 21, Logan Carmichael.
Carmichael with 2 walks on the day. Now will have a chance to draw his team at least 1 run closer.
And he can get that run in, get some momentum back on his side. So I'm going to give Meekum a triple all the way. Good way to hit and start off this little rally now. Tucks on his pitch, and it's low at the knees for a ball.
That's a strike.
Oh, strike, wow. One strike pitch by Tuxhorn inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So to take advantage, they had 9 outs to give before this one's said and done as far as regulation goes, and they hit a triple before they have to use one of those outs.
1 ball, 1 strike. Weak swing by Carmichael, and it's now 1-2. Looks like he was fooled on that pitch.
Tony Rogers is on deck. He struck out twice in both his plate appearances. We'll see if he's able to snap out of that.
Pitch is a ground ball to short. Coming in is the shortstop, May. Long throw. Gets the runner, but coming in to score is Meekum. So on the put out, they do gain a run, the Indians, and they cut the lead now to 7-5.
That's a big run.
Yeah, you get that runner in.
2 runs is a lot easier to overcome, obviously. I mean, you'd think 2 is easier than 3, but 2, what does Mark Grant, the Padres broadcaster, always say, a bloop and a blast?
Yeah.
It's basically all you need. You get a guy on, and then you have a chance to
knock
him
there by
in.
Rogers down the third base line. Picked up by Pearson. Long throw.
Not
in time.
Bunt single.
Boy, Rogers basically perfectly placed that ball down the third base line on a bunt. Pearson charged it hard, but his throw there just not in time to beat the speedy Rogers center fielder.
And now Ray Talavera has a chance. He has reached on a fielder's choice and walked.
See what he does here. Pitch shows bunt, takes all the way for a strike. 0-1. No, better than your bloop. There's a bunt.
Yeah,
Get a
exactly.
blast. Tuxhorn looking in. Here comes the pitch, a bunt attempt, but he misses, and it's a strike, 0-2. Gotta believe the bunt now will be taken off for Talavera. And he'll be swinging. His job is to advance the runner to second.
Get the top of the order up.
Yep, you got Riggs coming up, a good hitter. Pitch swung on a miss, strike 3.
That hurts.
Big out, didn't advance the runner. And he'll think about that for a while as Enzo Riggs now will step into the batter's box.
Leadoff hitter, number 10, Enzo Riggs.
Tuxhorn's first pitch to Riggs is a ground ball down the third base line, but foul.
We haven't really seen throughout this game and our first game today anybody really threaten hitting a home run. Now, I guess we saw it once with the cleanup batter for Fall River. But other than that, we really haven't seen anybody threaten take it out. Dimensions here pretty deep.
1 strike pitch, and it's swung on a miss. Yeah, the
374 to 390 straightaway center, and then 374 in the gaps.
And 326 down the line.
Fairly deep.
0-2. Tuxhorn waits. Here comes the pitch, and it's a little off speed, but outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Riggs 0 for 2. Got hit by a pitch in the first inning, and then flying out the center twice. The 1-2 in the dirt, ball 2-2.
James Martinez waits on deck.
Another catalyst. Tuxhorn looking at the runner at first. The 2-2 pitch is a ground ball into the Eagles' dugout. Foul ball.
Come on, Enzo.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first for the Indians. Tuxhorn's pitch, again in the dirt. Nice stop there by the catcher.
Good at bat here. Fell down 0-2 and fights all the way back to full.
Come on, Enzo.
See if he can finish it off.
Tuxhorn looking in now, got a sign. And take one last look at the runner at first. Here comes the pitch, swung on a miss. So Tuxhorn nicely rebounds after giving up the leadoff triple. That run scored on 2 hits, but he struck out the last 2 batters. And at the end of 4 1/2, the American Christian Eagles lead the Greenville Indians by the score of 7-5 on Play On Sports.
And we'll keep it right here as Michael Jackson comes on for you.
Now it reverts back to the early 80s.
A good mix of music here this afternoon. It started out with a lot of country. We had some Goo Goo Dolls thrown in there, and then we had
Little Jackson Brown.
some classic rock, and then we had the Eminem for a minute.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Little Coldplay. Try to
Creed.
mellow people out during the, in the heat. And now we're going Michael Jackson. Thriller. The highest selling album in music history.
Bottom half of the 5th.
Eagles looking now to probably extend their lead again.
They got the bottom half here. They got the 6, 7, 8 batters scheduled.
A couple left-hand hitters, Wright and Mint, coming up.
And we may have some changes. We have Coach Chilati here talking with the umpire. It looks like he may be making some changes.
So you got to take a look at the defense. Carmichael coming out. Just looking over their numbers
I think
here.
maybe he was asking the umpire if he needs water.
Oh.
Yeah, they brought the umpires water. Trying to score some brownie points.
Hey, whatever works, man.
Exactly. No, it's these guys, umpires are out here, especially the home plate umpire, gear, all black.
Yeah.
It's warm.
Seth Wright, 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out. Had a bounce out in the third, but on that bounce out, they scored a run, American Christian did. It's part of their 3-run third inning. Let's see what he can do here as Fairbanks gets on the hill. First pitch, outside, ball 1.
What year did that Thriller come out, the Michael Jackson I was just on?
That's 82? Right around there, I think.
Fairbanks is still on the mound. I'll give it back to my point here in a second. Fairbanks, nice pitch there.
On the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Go ahead.
Oh, if that came out in 82, most of these kids are born probably about 95-ish.
Yeah.
98, so half these kids are 84 is when that came out. So
Okay.
both kids weren't born until 10, 11 years after that song was released. Nice hit up the middle.
Yep, gets past Housen into center field for the base hit. So just like that, the Eagles get the leadoff runner on again, as they've gotten it in 3 of the 5 innings they've batted the lead runner on. Yeah, but that's a classic, man. Everybody knows Michael Jackson.
I don't know, man.
I don't care how old you are.
Well, I think we had this discussion yesterday about talking to someone that didn't know about the Goonies, and I was like, wait a minute, everybody knows the Goonies. But bottom line is, the older you get, the younger people don't know what we used to think was cool.
Are you getting in your soapbox now? Pitch is low. Throw down to second on the attempted steal.
They got him. Oh!
No, safe. Late call there by the umpire as Seth Wright slides underneath the tag.
And that was by far the best throw Enzo Riggs has thrown.
Yeah.
I thought he had him, but obviously the umpire was right there on top of it. But
should tell you, Justin Smoke is at bat. 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch in the second, and has a 1 strike count on him. Fairbanks.
Foul back right there.
Ooh,
no,
right
going
here.
back to my coaching deal, and I'll put on music in the locker room or the games that I think was cool back when I was in high school, and the kids are like, well, what is this? And then they put on their music. I'm like, what is this?
Hey,
so
Pops,
there's a disconnect. Yeah, I
don't
feel
throw
like
the
back in
golden
my
oldies.
day.
Yeah. You don't know music. They played instruments back in my day.
No, it's fun. That's why I love working around, high school and the kids. Yeah, it keeps you young, these guys.
Definitely does.
Don't necessarily agree with their likes nowadays, but definitely appreciate working around them.
Pitch taken all the way by Smoke for
Got him.
the strikeout. So that's the first out, and then a big one for Fairbanks. Coming up now is Joshua Mintz, the left fielder. Mintz 0 for 2, struck out and flied out to left field. Left-handed hitter. He has a runner in scoring position. Let's see what he can do here. Fairbanks' first pitch is a bunt.
Got
right
it
along
down.
the first
Beautiful.
base line. Fairbanks is going to have 1 play, and that's to the first baseman.
Beautiful
Advancing
bunt,
to
though.
third is Seth Wright. Great sacrifice.
That's as beautiful as it gets as far as laying down a bunt.
Yeah, textbook, wouldn't you say?
Oh, that's perfect. You can know the coaches are happy with that. Absolutely no chance to get the lead runner. Only 1 play, and even that play was somewhat difficult.
Zane Peterson now coming up with a runner at third, 2 outs. Peterson singled in the second and then struck out in the fourth as he takes the first pitch in there for a ball.
Now you got me anxious of what song they're going to play in between the next inning. the game within the game.
Yeah.
Guessing what song it is.
Fairbanks winds. Here comes the pitch, and it's
That's
on
there.
the outside corner.
Got it.
Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Fairbanks come in, and he's looked good on the mound.
Yeah, looks very polished. As he's done the job. The only run that really scored on was on the error by the shortstop.
Yeah, exactly. One that shouldn't have.
Ooh, a little chin music as he came in tight on the right-handed hitter. 2 balls and a strike.
Nothing wrong with that, unless your name is Carlos Quinton and Zach Greinke.
History, folks. That's what Bud Black said. Check your history on their relationship. 2-1 pitch. Fairbanks ready. He throws, and it's way high, and now it's 3-1.
Folks at home not familiar with that. That's a player for the Padres and Dodgers. Got into it earlier this year after being hit by a pitch.
But my only problem with Greinke is why are you leading with your shoulder against Carlos Quinton? Looks like a middle linebacker as the pitch is way outside for ball 4.
Well, you don't want to give him praise a little bit too soon there. Fairbanks looked great up until that at bat. You walked the 9 batter to bring up Malachi May, who's a solid hitter at the leadoff spot.
Malachi May 0 for 2, but walked in the 4th and scored in their 2-run 4th inning.
Coming to the plate is the leadoff hitter, number 37, Malachi May.
May takes a long look at the third base coach as he gets ready to step in.
Runner going.
Runner goes.
They're
pitch
taking
is
it.
high.
They
That
fake
time,
it, yeah.
that time Riggs fakes it, so
Well,
it gives
smart,
the stolen
yeah.
base to Peterson. Well, they got burnt on the last time he threw down the second. Run scored. That happened in the third when Coleman Pettit stole 2 bases. 7-5 now. Fairbanks wants to talk to his second baseman, Martinez, behind the mound.
They need right at this point. Just don't worry about the runners. They're not going anywhere. And don't worry about the batter.
I think they want to give the illusion that they may have a play here. Keep the runner close. Malachi takes it all the way inside the ball.
Strike.
Oh, strike. Yeah, this umpire is great. I swear to God. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fairbanks looking in. Here comes the pitch in the dirt.
Oh.
Nice stop by Riggs.
Oh,
Here
he's
comes the
scoring.
runner from third. The throwback
You
by
get
the
him?
pitcher.
No.
Not in time. Wow. Riggs went after the ball and then went back to home plate when he saw Fairbanks chase it down. That was a close play, but he didn't get it. So on the wild pitch, Wright scores, and it's now 8-5 Eagles over the Indians.
Right, and they're able to get it back to within a few runs. To give up the run right back.
One ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. May takes all the way and it's tied 2-1. Fairbanks walking now behind the mound, trying to gather himself here. As that wild pitch scored the 8th run in the game for the American Christian Eagles. May waits. Here comes the pitch. And it's in there for a strike. 2-2. Scoreboard is completely messed up.
Yeah, I don't know if
It's
it's
2 balls and 2
a
strikes.
delay of the person actually inputting it or a delay on the scoreboard part that takes a while for it to actually compute.
2-2 pitch, and there goes
Nice.
a drive to center field. It's going to fall right in front of the center fielder. Coming in to score is Peterson. Holding at first with an RBI single is May, and more importantly, it's now 9-5 Eagles over the Indians.
It's first hit of the day and first RBI. Ding Yinks now, who's had a great day. 2 for 3
Yeah, 2 hits.
and an RBI.
RBI, 2 runs scored, stolen base. Hit a hard out. As he lined to left. Pick off at first, and the runner gets back.
Runner
Runner
going.
Pitches high, and Riggs just catches it and will eat the baseball.
I think it's almost been an automatic. Anytime there's a runner on first and no one on second, they're taking off.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the game plan, knowing that, hey, the catcher doesn't have the strongest arm in the world, and we're going to make him prove that he can throw us out.
And Fairbanks says not at all. Look at the runner. It goes a pop-up over the screen and out of play. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Yinks. There goes a drive to left center field. That's going to fall. Base hit.
Another
Carmichael
RBI.
cuts the ball off, but rounding third and scoring is May. Yinks will hold at first base with an RBI single.
I'll tell you, if the game stays the way it is, I think I have my player of the game candidate.
Yinks.
And not only that, look at this.
Freshman. And he's going to come out of the game and be replaced by number 77,
Andrew Palacio.
sophomore, coming in.
For the catchers, number 77, Andrew Palacio.
10-5 is the score now for the Eagles.
Now we're going to have another
Another pitching change.
stoppage of play.
I think Johnson now will be the pitcher. As you were mentioning, only one extra player on their roster, so you really got to kind of be very useful and play utility as Johnson, as we said, now will become the new pitcher. Fairbanks will move over to third. So you got to have an understanding of playing a lot of positions on this Indians team and be very versatile. So you got to give him credit on that. Fairbanks gave him a good effort, but could not sustain it.
We have, yeah, and I think I cursed him because as soon as I said he's pitching really well is kind of when he went on a little bit of downfall. And so I apologize there.
I think Andy Fairbanks will get over it.
Enzo Riggs, the catcher for Greenville, he's definitely working hard down there. Gritty player, good leadoff player. Started off the game by getting hit by a pitch, and now this is the third pitcher that he's had to catch. So definitely tough trying to adjust to 3 different pitchers, in a short span. He's trying out there. Obviously, his arm isn't the strongest, but he's giving it his all. He's throwing a couple decent strikes out there, and one of them I thought he had.
And it's also, too, about the pitcher helping you out a bit. He's trying to get it as fast as it releases as he possibly can, and that also hinders the throw. He doesn't have any chance whatsoever. So the pitcher will get his tosses in. And it's a 5-run lead here. As
Sam Johnson coming in to see if he can get this final out.
Eagles have scored for the 3rd consecutive inning.
Yeah, they've kind of put a little bit of a distance between
themselves and the
Greenville hung in there. American Christian, the number 1 seed, 20-7 record. And the scary thing about that is a majority of their key players are all underclassmen. Scary to think how good they're going to be in a couple of years.
One of their better players, Coleman Pettit, ready to step in. 2 for 3. 2 singles, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored.
Up to bat for ACA, number 27, Coleman Pettit.
Pettit, a sophomore. Pitcher, a sophomore, and the catcher, a freshman.
First pitch to Pettit, it's outside, ball 1 by Johnson. 2 outs here.
In fact, there's only 1 senior on this roster, and that's Seth Wright.
The right fielder.
And there's 2, Malachi May, a senior as well. So you got 2 seniors on this entire roster. So all these guys coming back, you lose those 2 players. But I'm thinking this time next year, we're going to be sitting on this exact seat and calling this same team.
Hopefully a little overcast maybe next year.
Move it to a dome.
Pitch is high. 2 balls, no strikes
here. I don't know if there's a dome up in this area, but
we can start raising funds now. I mean,
put it in the Sloop Train Arena.
Yeah.
Play baseball in there.
One ball, no strikes. Johnson's pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Riggs.
And the shade has dissipated.
Shade has left us. Pitch is outside again, and it's ball 4.
And they've had 2 outs here for quite a while. Most of this damage has happened with 2 outs.
Second walk in the inning for the Eagles as Jackson Tuxhorn will step in. 0 for 3. Bounce out the short, and then reached on an error twice by the shortstop. 1 in the 3rd and again in the 4th.
We'll have a chance to hit it to somebody else this time around.
Number 11, Jackson Tuxhorn.
Johnson, first pitch is in there for a strike. And that's got to be a hard situation. You're coming in from a position, from a fielding position, and all of a sudden asked to start pitching. You got to get used to the mound. He's standing more on the front side of the rubber as he toes it. Long look in. Here comes the pitch, and it's way high, ball. (10-5) Eagles over the Indians, if you're just joining us. They scored 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and they've added 2 more here in the fifth as the pitch is in the dirt, a ball.
And about to walk consecutive batters.
The Greenville Indians scored 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and then 1 more in the fifth. Comes the pitch, just swung on and tipped back, out of play by Tuxhorn. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that always amazes me is you know the pitcher is struggling to throw strikes. Why do you swing? Because to me, it's going to be harder for him to throw 2 strikes than for you to swing and miss at 2 pitches. 2-2, outside corner, missed. Just outside, counters full.
Pull it together, boys!
Johnson, I would say laboring, but it's even more than that right now on the hill. We're in a wide lead off a second.
He's worrying about
pick
the
off a
runner too
10.
much.
Yeah.
At this point, let's focus on the batter, get that final out.
You know what? I think at that time, he kind of made a commitment. And I think he had to throw to second or risk another block. And that would have been the third for the Indians in this game. Here comes the 3-2 pitch, outside, ball 4. Third walk in the inning.
Keep your temper.
So about to bat around here, Sawyer Seth, and then it brings back Seth Wright, who started this inning.
Yep. Sawyer Seth, 0 for 3. Reached on never by the second baseman, fielder's choice to the shortstop in the third, knocked in a run, and then bounced out to short in the fourth.
18.
And the first pitch by Johnson is outside, ball 1. And that has to be the most frustrating feeling in all of sports. I'm a pitcher, and I can't throw strikes because you won't get any help from anybody.
At least you shouldn't. Like you said, no, there's a shot to the gap.
Shot to right center field. Coming in as the right fielder. Plays off the bounce. Talavera throws it back in. 1 run scores. Here comes the second one. Going to third on the throw into the infield was Jackson Tuxhorn. And just like that, Sawyer Seth has himself a 2 RBI single here in the fifth.
Greenville has this game slipping away. It's been a tough inning. They are only down 2 at the start of this one.
And now it's getting a little bit out of hand, 12-5. As Seth Wright steps up, as Andrew said, he led off the inning with a single, sold second, and then scored. As the first pitch is up high, ball 1. Scored on a wild pitch. Did right here in this inning. So, oh, something came down just behind home plate.
Yeah, the tent blew down.
That's what you get for whooping our butts.
No delay. It's not bothering anybody, but they're going to fix it. Johnson's pitch on the outside corner, a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And I think this umpire is going to say, if it's around the plate, you better swing at it. I ain't standing out here much longer.
I know.
First and third.
He doesn't have any shade either.
2 outs. Johnson looking at the runners. Long look at third. There goes the pitch, and it's popped up straight back by right out of play. 1-2. So Johnson One pitch away from ending the inning. Five runs already in. 2-strike pitch is a ground ball to second. Martinez has it, bobbles it a bit, throws the first, not in time. That'll be an error. He let the ball play him. And coming in to score was Tuxhorn from third base. Moving to second is Sawyer Seth. And Seth Wright on at first, and the inning continues.
Justin Smoke struck out in this inning, which seemed like 3 hours ago.
0 for 2, hit by a pitch, and popped out to short. His other at-bats. Now, we had somebody in the first game make 2 outs in 1 inning. I think it was the right fielder for Fall River. See, this happens here. Pitches up high, ball 1.
I'll give Greenville credit. I mean, for the 5 innings, they were right here. Hung in it. And the wheels kind of came off this inning. But another pass ball.
In the dirt, goes all the way to the backstop. Taking a long turn around third is Sawyer Seth.
And you got to feel bad for Riggs. He's out there, been out here this inning forever in that hot gear, and he's diving all over the place trying to stop these pitches. And there's not much he can do about it. He's kind of, you can tell he's getting a little frustrated. It's not his fault that these balls are getting past him.
2-0 pitch swung on a miss there by Smoke. 2-1. On the wild pitch, moving to third, as I said, was Sawyer Seth, and Seth Wright moves to second. Two-strike pitch swung on a miss, right? Or is that 2-2? I don't even know anymore. Sorry. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The scoreboard operator is confusing me, and my pitch count is, I'm not sure of it, but it's 2-2 now. We'll go with that. 2 outs. Second and third. Johnson on the hill, looking at the runners. Here comes his pitch. Outside, strike 3 call.
And that will do it for the 5th inning. Will mercifully come to an end.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs on 4 hits, 2 wild pitches, an error, and 2 runners left on base. We have completed 5 here at Shasta College, with the American Christian Eagles leading it 13-5 over the Greenville Indians on Play On Sports.
And again, you want to stay tuned for the post-game show. We're going to select our player of the game. We'll try to have an interview with that player. And again, that's coming up after the game on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
That was Andrew Jensen. He's here to take you through the final 2 innings here of game number 2 of our triple header. Greenville Indians will be coming up. James Martinez, Donnie Housen, and Sam Johnson. And back to the play-by-play with Andrew Jensen.
I think that all these underclassmen, after that inning, have now advanced to class. That was
I think I aged about 3 years in that inning.
That was a pretty long inning. And then the thing is, most of that came out with 2 outs.
Yeah, frustrating inning. I mean, wasn't trying to be jokeful, but, man, 6 runs, 4 hits. But to me, the error and the 2 wild pitches just killed them. And in the inning, as Andrew mentioned, they had 3 stolen bases in the inning.
What they need to do now is, you're down by 8. You got 6 outs left. Just go out there and play. Take it 1 run at a time. You go out there, have fun, see what happens. You made it this far. You got to be proud you made it this far.
Well, I mean, I know if you're going to get a rally going, you got the perfect 2 hitters to start off this inning. Martinez and Housen, collectively, they've been on base 4 times. As James Martinez comes into the batter's box 1 for 3 with a single in the 3rd inning, and he scored. So let's see what he does here.
And here we go. So James Martinez will take first pitch upstairs, ball 1.
This will be interesting inning for Tuxhorn because he's really sitting on the bench and obviously batting for a long time.
Upstairs, ball 2. Yeah, exactly. Tuxhorn, it seems like it's been forever since he's been out here on the mound.
And he looks like he's struggling a little bit, trying to find the plate. 2-0.
That one's way upstairs. So 3 pitches in a row have been not even close.
Got to take care if you're Martinez. Do not help the pitcher.
Outside, ball 4. So 4 straight pitches gets Martinez on base with nobody out. And if you're going to come back, well, you need a runner on. And they got that runner on. Now they need 8 more guys on. And
here comes the pitching coach. Or the manager, I think. I think this is going to be a change. Shortstop looks like coming in the pitch now. Malachi May.
We got some 50 Cent going now for you.
Love it. So Malachi May will be the shortstop, and Tuxhorn looks like he'll move. Where's he going to move to? Probably going to move to the shortstop position, but we'll wait and find out. Yeah, Tuxhorn, he labored all day, and that was a quick hook, but I think it was accurate because
I'm surprised they let him come back out.
You cannot let him, pitch his team back into this game.
Well, you got the top of your order. You got your leadoff man on. Now you got your power guy and Donnie Houghton coming in. We'll see. You got to take one batter at a time.
Yeah, that's all it's got to be for them. For the Eagles right now is, they got their better hitter. Housen stepping in, 2 for 2 with a walk, but 2 singles and a run batted in and a run scored. So he knows exactly what to do with the bat, and let's see what he can do here. New pitcher, so I think you got to take the first pitch just to see what he's throwing and how hard he's throwing it.
So here he comes.
And Coleman Pettit moved to shortstop, Andrew, from center field, and Tuxhorn moved out to center field. So 3 switches in your lineup.
Foul back
Now on the
over
hill
here.
for ACA is number 37, Malachi.
Ooh, couldn't see it. I thought that was about to hit a hit. So Malachi May, his first pitch is fouled back for strike 1.
24, Donnie Housen.
So Donnie Housen and Housen has a good eye there. Is that one a little short of the plate? Evens up the count at 1-1.
And now the wind's picking up. Blowing now. Start of the game is blowing to left field, Andrew. Now it's blowing to right. A healthy brisk.
And Housen drills it up the middle for a base hit. And runners at first and second, nobody out.
Sam Johnson, the pitcher now, can help his cause here.
Housen 3 for 3 with the walk in this one.
He's played tremendously. Johnson struck out all 3 times, so he's got to make some contact here.
Get this going.
Keep it moving.
Sam Johnson. Nothing better to make you forget about 3 strikeouts than a nice base hit or something to.
Just the way he struggled on the mound, albeit he's the 3rd pitcher on this staff. He's just really struggled, and as they say in the dugouts, let's keep the line moving. Either with a walk or a base hit. 2 in the dirt. Oh, throw down to second. Goes into center field. Martinez now going to hit on the 3rd. Strong throw by Tuxhorn offline. Moving in the second is Housen. So the error on the catcher.
I don't know why you'd even bother at that point.
Yanks. Yeah, that was I think he fell in love with his arm there. That's the second time the other time he tried to pick off a runner, he got saved by the first baseman. This time, just sailed into center field. So error on the catcher.
So runners at second and third now with nobody out. Sam Johnson We'll see if he can get something going, and he'll take that one for a strike.
So Martinez moves up to third. Donnyhausen to second.
3-1 the count. Malachi May's pitch is taken for a strike, and we now have a full count.
And it was 0-1 for about 5 minutes on the scoreboard. I'm watching this guy.
And the pitch is
Popped up
fouled back, out of play. Count remains full.
over the first base dugout.
Sam Johnson, the third baseman. Tough go at it so far today. On the mound now as well, as he hits a chopper to short, fielded, and nice throw by Aiken for the out.
Pettit.
Or Pettit for the out, and the run scores. So 13-6 now as Sam Johnson with the RBI ground out.
But a nice play there by Pettit. Charged the ball nicely, Andrew. Didn't even look at coming towards home plate. Knew to get the shore out. He did. Hausen moves to third, and Andy Fairbanks, the third baseman, steps in.
Runner at third, one out. And Fairbanks will take that one outside for a ball.
Fairbanks 1 for 3 in the day, triple to center field, not getting a run in the third.
And a ground ball. Again fielded cleanly, and again Pettit fires and throws out the runner, but an RBI from Fairbanks.
And that's all you had to do. When you get base runners in score position, you got to score them. And that's exactly what the Indians did now, as it's 13-7 here in the sixth.
Well, we're down by 6, and
Two
crazier
out.
things have happened.
Once again, Pettit, the ball was chopped up the middle. He played the ball over second base and threw over to first.
Nice off-speed pitch there, and Tyler Meekum out in front of it for strike one.
Meekum 2 for 3, reached on an error by the shortstop in the second. RBI single in the third, and then tripled down the left field line in the fifth inning.
Second one is fouled back, strike two. Quickly, Meekum behind 0-2. So 0-2 the count. Nice shot, and almost fielded there by Pettit. And that would have been an all-star play, but just couldn't handle it. And I don't know if you have to give him I think you have to give him a hit on that.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah.
That ball's going deep in the hole. It's short. He made it a great play, even getting a glove on it. And nice play by Pettit, knocking that ball down and just being disgusted with himself that he couldn't make a throw over to first. So 2 outs, another base runner on for Logan Carmichael. 0 for 1 with 2 walks. He had an RBI ground out in the fifth.
Strike one as he swings through that.
Yeah, way late on the pitch attempt by May.
And Meekum here with 0-1. Make that 0-2 as he swings through that one. So he's quickly down 0-2.
Yeah. Malachi May, 1 pitch away from putting out this small fire.
And that one's right there for strike three. So May on 3 pitches gets Meekum looking, and that will do it for the top half of the sixth, as Greenville is able to pick up a couple more, but they still trail 13-7 here on PlayOnSports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchup like the game you're enjoying here this afternoon? Then tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more info, simply check on playonssports.com/SBP.
Van Halen work for you?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is David Lee era,
Yeah.
man. Not the Sammy Hagar era. Gotta go classic with Van Halen. This is from Jump. Or, I mean, Jump from 1984.
Good song.
Probably their best album with David Lee. Possibly. Would have to listen a little bit more extensively on Van Halen to give my further opinion on the matter.
Sam Johnson still on the mound here for Greenville. We can get through this inning. They're going to have one more at bat to try to make something happen.
Joshua Mintz, Zane Peterson, and Malachi May.
Yeah, Malachi May back.
Malachi May.
Got to start thinking player of the game nominees. I think
the catcher.
Yeah, Yanks has
American
had a great
Christian.
job, but only a freshman. Pettit had a great job as well.
Yeah.
As the wind has come in here with a vengeance.
Good. Cool us off a bit. As we get ready here.
And here we are getting ready to start the bottom half of the sixth.
Bottom half of the sixth inning. Number 1, Joshua Tesoro.
Now Tesoro coming into the
So
game.
they must have made a change early in the game, so Tesoro in. His first plate appearance. That first pitch is well high for ball 1.
Mintz ended the day 0 for 3.
And that one in the dirt, ball 2. Bottom half of the sixth inning, 13-7 our score. This Division 6 championship game. American Christian Academy has led for the most part throughout and really opened it up last inning in the 5th.
Swing and a miss.
Tesoro swings right through that for strike 1, 2-1.
(13-7) Eagles over the Indians.
And swing and chop foul for strike 2. Count evened up at 2 apiece.
I know you like broadcasting football, but this is not a football game. 13-7.
Missed extra point or
Yeah.
2 field goals. What do you prefer?
We've had to. We'll wait for that discussion in the fall.
The 2-2 pitch from Johnson is foul back. The count remains 2-2.
And it's defending the plate. It's not a bad idea with this with the pitcher Johnson struggling to find the plate. Keep fouling it off. More likely, you go by the adage. He's not going to find the plate that much time when he struggled in the prior inning.
And that hits him. So 2-2. Johnson plunks Tesoro on the hip.
Oh, might as well. I mean, get him out of the way instead of adding a walk to your season total. Hit batsman doesn't hurt.
And that will bring Peterson up to the plate.
It's going to hurt his whip, though, but that's another story. Actually, it won't hurt him. His whip is walks to hits an innings pitch. Peterson 1 for 2 with a walk. Stole the base in the 6-run 5th. Scored.
That one low and outside for ball 1.
Now batting, number 9, Zane Peterson.
So both games are going to have, well, I should say the second and third games are going to have delayed starts. The second one was delayed about a half hour, and this next one is going to be delayed as well. due to the length of this.
Yeah, you can see the fans kind of piling in. There's a crowd of them over behind us, so no seating right now available.
Johnson's pickoff move is it's no avail as Tesoro is able to get back.
Now both squads are here. I wonder how that affects them, waiting for the extended time to get to play.
You know, each team, they still get their required warm-up time, so it's not a big deal for them, as they're not going to rush them into playing.
Right. 2-0 count on Peterson as that ball was in the dirt.
What's the matchup of the final game today is 2-0 pitch here from Johnson is in there for a strike, 2-1.
It's the D1 championship here for Northern section, and it's Shasta going up against Red Bluff. So, should be exciting.
And the 2-1 pitch is in there for a strike, 2-2.
2-2 count.
Pickoff move. Tesoro easily gets back. Count remains 2-2. Nobody out. Bottom half of the 6th. Standing room only right now. As we have about 4 fan bases here. The 2 for the game going on and the 2 for the next game. And there's a strike for strike 3. So Sam Johnson gets Zane Peterson looking for out number 1. And that will bring the top of the order back up. Malachi May.
Yeah. And that strike 3 call was a umpire that is
Ready to get out of here?
yeah, I think he's about ready to call it.
He's going to get a little bit more generous with the strike zone. That's for sure. Yep, there's another strike 1. It's just up to Sam Johnson to throw it somewhat close.
He said, guys, you're up 6.
We got to speed this
you
up.
gotta, let's get going here.
Stop taking every pitch. The 0-1 count to May. May had an RBI single his last plate appearance. That one's low and outside for ball 1.
May 1 for 3 with a walk. He has 2 runs scored and an RBI.
One and 1 with 1 out. Another pickoff move, and Tesoro easily back. I think that's the reason they've stole so many bases in this game, that the pitching staff for Greenville is on alert to at least pay more attention to them and help their catcher out, because the catcher's kind of being left out to dry with these big leads.
Of the 3 pitchers, Housen was the best at trying to hold runners on. And it got progressively worse as the game moved on for the Eagles' sake.
And May takes that one for a strike. Pitch, and May chopper to shortstop, and 1 play to first, and May will beat it out infield single.
Yeah, once it got over the pitcher's head, there was no way Housen was going to come in and get strong enough throw to get that out. So an infield hit for May, and more importantly now, runs at first and second with 1 out, with Dean Yinks coming up, who's had about as memorable afternoon as you can have in a championship game. 3 for 4.
Freshman, your first experience up here, and you go 3 for 4?
3 for 4, doubled 2 singles, 3 runs scored, and 2 RBIs, and a stolen base.
And he'll take strike 1 there.
And he had a hard out in the second inning.
To center. Or, excuse me, to left. Well, 0-1, and Yinks will foul it back, 0-2.
Good pitch, just a little bit off the plate for him. Ink steps out of the plate.
The 0-2 pitch is taken upstairs for a ball, 1-2.
Hang in there, Enzo.
13-7, bottom half of the 6th inning, as American Christian Academy has had the lead for a majority of this game.
Pop up straight back out of play.
As I was ducking for cover. It's hard where we are to kind of see when they foul it back, see exactly where it's going. So the first instinct is put your hands over your head.
And you got to battle the sun and locate the ball. And sometimes it's not a winning battle in either case.
And Yanks will add to his championship day with another RBI single, as a runner will score, and the lead is extended to 14-7. So 4 hits and 3 RBIs for the freshman catcher.
And I think that about seals it for him to be the player of the game. Doesn't get any better than that.
Now we have a pinch runner again. Yanks is going to come out.
And 0-0 with Joey Zook coming in.
Getting his playing time. Yanks has done enough. He doesn't need to run the bases.
Take a rest.
He deserves to go sit on the bench.
Now batting number 27, Coleman Pettit.
As Andrew stated, May moved over to third, so runners at the corners. And 14-7 lead here.
1 out. So after further review, they didn't miss the extra point and went through. 14-7. 1 out, runner at the corners. Pitch is taken for a ball inside. He has Coleman Pettit. He's had a good day in his own right. 2 for 3 with a walk.
3 runs scored.
That one taken down for a ball.
And Zook steals second.
So 2-0.
That is the 7th stolen base for American Christian.
Pettit grounds out to second. Nice easy play there from Martinez over to Meekum. And now we have
Run scored on the bounce out as May came in.
RBI ground out for Pettit.
Zook moves over to the third.
And
it's 15-7.
Blue Tuxhorn is the batter again. And the lead is back up to 8.
With a home run here, it's a 10-run rule. They do have that in high school.
I don't know if Tuxhorn is
I'm just saying.
their home run threat.
I'm just saying.
I think he's capable of hitting it pretty deep, but I don't know if he can.
Could be win-aided homer
prove me
to
wrong.
right field.
We'll see.
Could get a nice current going.
Low and in the dirt. I tell you, Enzo Riggs is going to want to take a long nap on the bus ride home. He's done a heck of a job back there.
You may see if the college has a
an ice machine or
hot
tub.
Yeah, turn it into an ice tub and just laying it for about 15 minutes to kind of soak his bones, because he's been all over behind that dish knocking balls down.
Come on, Sam.
And again, low and outside.
2 balls and a
2-1.
strike.
15-7 is the score, with American Christian Academy basically 3 outs away once this inning's completed to winning their Division 6 championship. And that one taken for a strike. Evens up the count at 2-2 with 2 outs with a runner at third.
Tuxhorn 0 for 3. Hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield, but reached on base on 2 errors.
He likes hitting it to the shortstop.
And he has a run scored and a stolen base.
And here's a shot out of the infield to the right field. And out, as Ray Talavera is there to make the grab. So 2 more run scores. The lead increases back to 8, 15-7, as we finish 6 innings of play. We head to the final inning here on PlayOnSports.com.
Stay tuned for PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game and have a live interview with that player. That's all coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports. PlayOnSports.com.
I'm Andrew Jensen alongside Thomas Conroy here at Shasta College. We want to thank our videographer, Jared Nelson, and our producer, Chris Cashman.
Don't forget Jared Nelson.
I did. You missed it. I fed him first.
Okay.
But he deserves second.
He deserves
two
a
props.
second time mentioning him twice. No doubt about it. Coming up, scheduled hitters for the Indians will be Rogers, Talavera, and then top of the order, Enzo Riggs.
So an 8-run deficit.
Couple of changes on the field. Number 77, Andrew Pella. Let's see, Pelasquio. He'll play second base.
Coming in to play second base for ACA, number 77, Andrew Palacio.
Palacio.
Yeah, Tony Rogers will head to the plate. He is 1 for 3, and a bunt single and 2 strikeouts.
Seventh inning for Greenville. Number 16, center fielder Tony Rogers.
Malachi May still on the mound. Fires and swing and a miss for strike 1. (15-7), 0-1 the count. Malachi May trying to close this one out. Tony Rogers fires, or looks at the pitch fired by May, and he'll take it for a strike, 0-2.
Rogers got a single in the 5th inning for his lone hit on the day.
A bunt single. And Rogers will take that one for strike 3. So his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon.
Second one caught looking.
And that will bring up Talavera, who struck out on his last plate appearance.
Now batting number 0, Wyatt Van Fleet.
Oh, and then we have a pinch hitter.
Van Fleet.
Wyatt Van Fleet will get his first plate appearance. Low for ball 1. I think we already have it established who our player of the game is, correct?
You think so?
Dean Youngst will try to grab him. It'll be a little bit of a delay. And did he hold up? No, he did not go. 2-0 the count.
The first base umpire just became the home plate umpire's worst enemy. Not calling that strike.
Are you kidding me?
How dare you?
2-0. As Van Fleet will take that one for ball 3. So he's 1 ball away from getting on base for his lone plate appearance.
And more importantly, getting in the scorecard. It's always a key when you're playing baseball. Get in the record book.
And he swings and misses on that one.
Got to be going on his own. Not too many coaches would let you just swing away there.
3-1. Malachi May will fire and take it upstairs, and that's ball 4. So Wyatt Van Fleet will get on base.
Took an interesting approach to first base, went around the umpire. Go down the line. That's interesting.
And Enzo Riggs will head to the plate. For all the hard work he's put on behind the plate, he needs a hit.
Yep, 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch in the first. He scored the first run of the game.
He's showing bunt. Now will pull back and fire to first. Van Fleet able to get back. And Riggs will be at the plate with a 1-0 count.
They do not want to get picked off of your Van Fleet off of first.
There's a shot down the right field line, but it's going to fall foul for strike 1.
Yeah, a little bit away from Seth, the first baseman.
1-1 the count, 1 out, 15-7, top half of the 7th inning. American Christian Academy, 2 outs away from winning the Division 6 Northern Section Championship. A 1-1. And that one's outside for a ball, 2-1.
Nice stop there by the catcher. Still doing his work for the freshman.
We're approaching the 3-hour mark on this game.
He's staying with them and he's learning English. He speaks some English.
Oh, she's an exchange student?
No, he's just a friend.
There's another shot down the right field line. That's going to drop foul for strike 2. Count evens up at 2 apiece. 2-2 with 1 out. Runner at first.
Yeah, that 6-run fifth inning by American Christian kind of set the sail on this game.
Yeah, it was very competitive up until that point, and
I mean, a lot of offense. He took. Yeah.
then the kind of wheels came off.
22 runs in the contest. That's pretty high scoring.
And Riggs grounds to second.
Yeah, Enzo, yeah!
Palacio to Pettit.
Yeah, Palacio steps on the. Not sure if he stepped on that or if he flipped it over to the shortstop.
He flipped it to the shortstop. 4-6 on the putout.
2 outs, 1 out away. And we're now.
James Martinez is the last hope for the Indians.
James Martinez,
Come on, Jamie!
the runner on. 2 outs, team trails by 8.
He's had a great afternoon. 1 for 3, 2 runs scored.
And he'll swing and miss at that one.
Ooh.
That one looked like a knuckleball.
Ephus pitch almost.
Charlie Huff out there.
Does look like that pitch like Bugs Bunny where you strike out on one pitch. Wait, that was coming in.
Tim Wakefield out there. And that one fouled back for strike 2.
Last strike for Martinez.
Umpire will clean up the plate for the final strike.
Martinez better be ready, man. This pitch anywhere near the plate is going to be rung up. And home plate umpire is about ready to take it home.
And
strike 3.
Martinez goes down swinging, and that is it. American Christian Academy wins the Division 6 championship for the Northern section, and they win it 15-7. So we will step aside. We'll come back with the interview in just a bit here on PlayOnSports.com. Congratulations to American Christian Academy from Anderson, California, as they win the Northern section championship game for Division 6. We'll step aside. We'll be back in a little bit here on PlayOnSports.com.
get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com. We're with our player of the game, Dean Yingst of American Christian Academy, after they just defeated Greenville in the Division 6 championship game for the Northern section. And they win 15-7. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Now, you finished the game 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Talk about your performance.
It was good. I just was trying to take the good pitches and put a good swing on them and make solid contact.
Now, you're only a freshman. Any nerves coming into this game at all? Or?
Not really. I just try to remember to play the game the way it's supposed to be played and just stay with the approach.
And what did you guys know about Greenville coming in? What was the game plan?
Just play the game. Don't play your opponent. Don't worry about the other team. Just play the game. That's about it.
Now, the majority of your players this year are underclassmen. How good can this team be? I mean, you guys have won, again, a championship game, but with the youth you guys have, how good can you guys be?
I think we can improve. We have some other players coming up that I know of that are definitely going to help us out. I think we can improve even more. So.
Now, you're a catcher. Have you always been a catcher?
Yes.
Who have you idolized as a catcher growing up?
Well, it'd go back a little ways. My dad's from down in L.A., and he remembers like Mike Sosha.
Ah, okay.
And we got this catching video, so I remember him as teaching me how to catch from that video.
Does that mean you're an Angels fan as well, since he's manager there? Well, good job. Do you play any kind of travel baseball at all? Or?
Yes, I play for the South County Sun Devils, Foothill High School area.
Okay. And now, what do you guys do to celebrate? Big victory, winning celebration plans for you and your teammates?
Probably do what we always do, go out and have pizza.
Sounds good. We'll let you get to that. That was Dean Yingst, our player of the game here on PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.